With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and show. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shad's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money he earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to go, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once kicked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch on why his sheep are also cheap, or DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals a slow machine. It's not in burp and leaning ban, it matters not if that's fun, as child can't see it powers make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty wife and all his strife while forgetting that it's done well and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act, that is a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Teacher's nearly over and a win is in sight, with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won, and thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here. Oops, let me fix this. The screen is a bit funny. Let me just change that. There we go. Sorry about that. So, hey guys, how you all doing? King Jad here. This is Sunday the 20th of November 2022. And yeah, Phil is live and he's preparing to start a stream. And yes, it looks like he's going to talk about the sad news of the passing away of the Green Power Ranger. Who was I'm not very familiar with the guy myself, really, you know what I mean, I'm not too clued up on it. But the guy's name was Jason David Frank. So yeah, a lot of people are talking about this, just, you know, they are better acquainted with that kind of, you know, I grew up liking the Power Rangers, but I couldn't have told you too much about who was involved. I was too young, I guess, just to kind of really pay too much attention, that kind of thing. I guess I liked the robots fighting, I didn't really think too much more about it, and then I grew out of it. That was my personal experience, you know, but it's always sad when also someone kind of passes away. And yeah, the Green Power Ranger, Jason David Frank, has passed away, and Phil is aware of it. So Phil may very well mention it in this podcast. And the only thing he said so far about it on the tweet anyway was curious to hear everyone's experiences of the Power Rangers after today's sad news. He's not really mentioned much about it so far in his chat. So far, the only thing he's really talked about in his chat is an email idea. Somebody sent an email idea and he saved it. Because he remembers thinking it was an interesting, you know, he saved the email, but then he couldn't remember what it was at the top of his head. And the guy kind of reminded him that it was to do with like chilies. And I was like, oh, was it that Hot Ones thing? I'm never doing that. Food challenges are dumb stunts and it would not be good for my health. So you know he saved the email and thought it was an interesting email to save. He then immediately says to the guy, no, I'm not doing that. So why did he save the email if he immediately would have just said, no, I'm not doing that? Makes me think that he lied about saving the email and he's just trying to, you know, pretend that he saved it just to try and not come across as an absolute prick. I don't know, it's a strange one. So what we've got here. K Styles in his chat has renewed a membership as an ultra supporter for 19 months now, but Phil is down to 552 members. He has lost 2 more since yesterday's evening stream. So yeah, that's right, the big plummet happened. He lost 300 odd members and he went down to 554 members by the time night stream started yesterday. So that was funny, and he's going to lose 200 more tomorrow. But not at the start tomorrow. You'll have to wait until, like, I think it'll be the same kind of thing where you have to go, you wait for a night stream to kick in until you see the impact of the 200 other subscribed, you know, members getting wiped off. Phil has arbitrarily lowered his members' goal, you know, actual ambition by, you know, he wants to 150 members, essentially. Actually, in this case, he wants 125. But he's going to have to lower it again by the tomorrow's night stream, and he's going to drop down to about 350. And realistically, maybe he should set the goal at maybe 400. When that happens, if he sets the goal at 400, he's only needing like 50 more members, which is still growth. So we'll see how Phil reacts to this. In my opinion, if Phil's smart, if Phil's got any semblance of intelligence whatsoever, when the next member drop happens anyway, to him, he should just set the target, the total, for 400. Because trying to get 50 members of people is more feasible than trying to get 150 members of people. A little bit of growth is better than not getting any growth whatsoever. So, that's just my fucking take on it. But it is what it is. Anyway, let's just focus on our own stuff. Let's focus on the bingo for now. I'm not actually shuffled as yet. I'm going to get a good wee shuffle. Every day I'm shuffling, and all that. Cool. Let's just hide that and spin a wheel. What's going to help us pick our card today? Is it going to be new games or hand grass? New games. New games are how we're going to pick the card for today, and I need a number between 1 and 214. The first number I see in chat between 1 and 214 will be the card I pick, but that number has to require a certain number, and that number is a number 6. So the first number in chat I see which contains a number 6 will be the card I pick for today's bingo. 146, Gregor Lake says. So Gregor Lake was the first number in chat I saw which contained a number 6. 146. Now guys, you might want to avert your eyes, if you don't like flashing lights, because I'm going to hold the enter button for a fucking long time till I get to the 146th bingo card. You were warned. Yeah, it's a wee bit fucking Sony eyes on it. The 146th bingo card is this one here on the right hand side, and the bingo card for today looks like that. So the right hand side card is what we're using for today. The reality, him doing a creepy whisper, him butchering a word, him saying you know what I mean, and him talking about some drama. Then him saying excited, him messing with his ear, him saying business, unique, and him doing defense mode. Now what is defense mode? Defense mode is when Phil tries to fucking justify him doing something shitty, essentially, I have to beg or whatever for this reason, for that reason, I had to do this, I had to do that. I had to fucking save type for any fucking strange fucking justification, anytime he tries to defend himself and the actions he takes as to why he has to fucking be like that. So, for example, why he has to fucking put the Christmas goal behind some sort of paywall. So, that's a good example there. So the third row is new games, interesting, him snorting, him saying alright, and him saying people saying in some capacity. And the fourth row is him saying in fact, his voice cracking, him saying chill, him doing a dumb close-up, and him saying wrong. And the final row is him doing a Y or a T-pose, him saying it is what it is. What I mean by that is addition and that being said. Shout out to that being said, by the way, I think they're still live, I'm not entirely sure, but they were doing a little podcast today because it's a Sunday, and this time they had Piece of Peace on it, and I caught some of it anyway, which was it's always good to catch. That being said, when I'm live, and also Piece of Peace as well. You guys know I'm a big fan of Piece of Peace and the hard work he does, for the tractor community. He puts in a lot of work, and I'm a big fan of a tips tracker as well, which I'll usually have available to enjoy on screen. But yeah, shout out to Piece of Peace, and that being said. So yeah, I'm going to save this bingo card. Phil is still just, floating about. He's finishing setting up, he's going to be on a laptop soon, fucking hurry for that. I'm going to save this card in case I lose it, because, yeah, it'd be embarrassing to lose a bingo card. But, yeah. Just let me very quickly save this, and that should be good. Fantastic stuff. I hope you're all doing well, guys. Hope you're all enjoying your weekend, however you have spent it so far. My weekend's been alright. Yeah, no real complaints. Been a nice wee chill day. Just enjoying a Sunday. But, yeah. Hard work starts tomorrow. If all goes to plan, I'll be going to the gym tomorrow. Hopefully, all my wishes getting in, it's one of those things where it's like I've got a card thing to get into it, you know what I mean? But I'm not sure if it's activated or whatever, so I might have some issues. But back to the gym tomorrow. All the hard work starts tomorrow. I've been a lazy bastard for too long. So my day is basically preparing for that, essentially. I can try and get my body used to fucking trying to be not a lazy bastard again. But yeah, the bingo card's been saved, guys. Thank you very much for helping me pick it. So we're just going to wait for Phil now to properly go online, and start the show. And yeah, we're just I'll turn the music up. You guys can enjoy some more of the music, or even that being said, if I still want them. As I said, I don't know if they're still live. But that being said, guys, they are actually. Let's see if they're still live. Yeah, they are.
Fucking I don't know. Let's put Gothy Senpai in there to spice it up a little bit. Wait.
That being said, I'm still alive. Well, I'm going to just obviously set up the bingo anyway. And, you know, if you want to check out these guys for a little while, you're more than welcome to, also check out someone on the show. For, you know, Phil's going to be live in like 5 minutes time or so. But the link to that being said right now is in the chat if you want to catch them out, because for the next 5 minutes I'll be doing like nothing anyway apart from setting up the bingo and waiting for Phil. So, yeah. Rather than just you can enjoy Meerkat's music if you wish, you know what I mean? Or you can catch, you know, that being said, doing like the wee end with their show, with piece of piece. I'd highly recommend some good viewing there. But yeah, cheers guys.
Sometimes that is worth it because there's people out there who got something out of all of this. You know, it wasn't just some dickhead in front of a camera, you know, doing stupid videos. That it actually meant something to people, and that means the world to me. That there's people out there that, you know, for a decade that they've been watching me and they've been following me and they've been watching my life evolve and how I become a better person. You know.
Yesterday was a really slow day for me on stream. I didn't make a lot of support yesterday. It's you guys, and you know, how much you're liking the content I'm doing in a given day, how much you can afford to support that content. Can you argue it's a begging model? I mean, I guess.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills.
Scumbags and mental cases on the internet still support I'm a beggar and I'm a loser and I'm on level 1. That I can't go on a honeymoon with my wife. I'm paycheck to paycheck. I'm on level 1.
I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills. I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills.
If you are watching his shows and you're paying his bills, you're a fucking loser. You should not support this guy. He had the opportunity to make serious money to entertain you, and he wouldn't do it. But you're gonna still fucking give him $200? You're gonna give him $50 to pay his fucking bills? Nah, you got a job. You keep your money. Fuck that guy.
Now what does the sugar do in the sauce?
Adds sweetness, adds a contrast. If you don't, it's all going to be tartness, and you won't have any
It's going to be acidity from tomatoes.
Right, you'll have
and then
tart and its acid and nothing else. Alright. So now we got to stir all that in, and then we add our final ingredients, and then the meat.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian bills. Italian dark side fifth. Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian chill. Italian can't give her a pill. I'm half kind of European mix. European style, Asian fusion style tips. Greasy hair. Pasta once a week. The authentic style, Asian fusion style, Italian.
Guess what else we're going to add?
What?
Sausage. Italian sausage. That's going to go in here too.
I love sausage. I have had...
Okay guys, Phil is going live. You all know the drill by now, guys. Tag me in chat in case I miss anything on the bingo card. I don't try and miss things on the bingo card, I just do sometimes. And a reminder as well, because I was wrong about Phil not hitting 1,025 members, the goal was doubled. For a whole week. For a whole week until the end of next Sunday. I will do offering £50 instead of £25 for a full house. Good luck, guys. Fingers crossed.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Level 1 podcast, where we're busy having fun down here on Level 1. As you can hear, I probably sound a little better than I did yesterday, but I certainly don't sound 100%. Today is Sunday, the 20th of November, 2022. And if you're not aware, yesterday, live during this show, as I was doing the podcast, I had some kind of an allergic reaction. All of a sudden, my sinuses started to pour down into my throat with postnasal drip. Out of nowhere. Like, it wasn't happening until I started the podcast yesterday. This caused my throat to swell tremendously in an allergic reaction. And basically, yesterday, I sounded like crap all day long. Okay, it wasn't until, like, the very end of yesterday's night stream of Sonic Frontiers where my voice started to at least sound semi-normal. What I did is I tried to make an honest effort last night to not talk that much, which I'm sure my wife was very happy about, to relax my voice. And I woke up this morning, I was like, well, it feels a little better. And I started to talk, I was like, well, at least you can hear me now, but there's definitely still some residual swelling in there. Obviously, I hope that it gets better over the course of today completely, and I don't know what triggered it. This happens to me from time to time. Allergies are a major pain in the ass for me. I always keep allergy medication on hand in case I get a bad day or a bad reaction. Yesterday I did, so I took it. That actually cleared up my sinuses, but my throat, man, when my throat has a bad reaction, it just basically is like, it takes a while. And I think it comes from a combination of factors, but I have been making this kind of content, talking to you guys pretty much all day long since 2011. It's now 2022, late 2022. So I've been doing this for over 11 years of just talking all day. Most humans don't do that. Even people who work at a call center, even people who are radio hosts, they're not talking endlessly like I am all day long. And so what happens is my throat definitely over the years has changed. You guys can even hear from my earlier days when I was a YouTuber, when I would talk, I would sound completely different, right? I used to be able to sing in like a high pitch. I can't do that anymore. Over the years, my throat has completely changed, being a full-time content creator like this. So when I get a bad reaction like I did yesterday, it's like, bam, it affects me badly. And like I said, at least I can talk today. It's not severely swollen today, but I can definitely tell you it's still swollen in there. You could hear I sound a little different, right? So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I won't be so bad today. It is a full streaming day today, okay? And it's a good variety today with God of War Ragnarok finally continuing after having like a 2-day hiatus there for us to finish up The Devil in Me, which we did finish yesterday, and I'll talk a little bit about that on the podcast this morning. But I'm very excited to get back to God of War. As I told you guys, this is the game that I'm going to be playing probably for another month. It's funny because Kat, my wife, has been playing it pretty much nonstop, and I asked her yesterday, how far are you in the game? You've been playing it now for like a week and a half nonstop. And she's like, well, I'm on chapter 13. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? She says, well, I didn't spoil, but I looked it up, and the game has 17 chapters, but most of the chapters have side content to do as well. So she's roughly, I guess you could argue, just under I guess she's maybe over 2/3. Right? Because 3 times 6 is 18. If she's on chapter 13, 12 would have been 2/3. So she's just over 2/3 through the game, but there's still a lot to go. Like, it might realistically take her another week to beat the game, even if she plays it nonstop. She actually told me that some of the stuff coming up is very challenging, that the combat gets way more challenging further into the game. And I'm like, wow, I'm actually finding it kind of challenging now. So can you imagine how it's going to be by the end of this game? It really feels like a difficulty climb as you play through the game. What I'm hoping is that as you play through the game, you're going to get more abilities, you're going to get more combat weapons and stuff like that. I hope. So, yeah, I'm excited for more progress of God of War today, and I hope that you guys will join me for that fun. Later tonight, on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, I am going to try to finish Gotham Knights, okay? Will I finish Gotham Knights? I don't know. I hope so. We're basically at the tail end of Chapter 7. The game has 8 chapters, and there's nothing else to do but finish the game. We did all the major side quests in the game at this point. So, all that being said, I hope we can beat it tonight, because we're at a part of the game that's very difficult and very annoying, where they make you beat a series of mini-bosses that were actual full-on bosses in the game, but now you have to fight 3 more as mini-bosses. And one of them is always artificially 2 levels higher than you, which is an insane challenge because the thing can 2-hit kill you. For playing on normal difficulty, it makes absolutely no sense that they put this hurdle into the game. Like, why make an enemy that's two levels higher than you if you grind to gain levels to try to make the fight easier? The enemy artificially has its levels increased as well. So, I don't know. They messed it up, in my opinion. Pretty frustrating. But I hope that we can beat it tonight and finish that game so that way we can focus solely on the new stuff coming up, okay? That's what's on the agenda for today. I hope that sounds good. What we can do is we can briefly talk about what's coming up the next week, because there's a ton of new stuff coming up in the next week. Tomorrow, it is Pokemon Scarlet premiering. So at the end of tonight's streams, what I need to do is log onto my Switch for the first time in a long time and download Pokemon Scarlet and get it ready for tomorrow, okay? I'm excited. You guys told me overwhelmingly, skip Evil West, play Pokemon. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going directly based off of your feedback is why I'm doing this, okay? So I hope you guys will show up tomorrow. I hope that you will chill with me in Pokemon, and I hope that you will obviously support the Pokemon playthrough. Since you guys basically kind of got upset with me when I told you I wasn't going to play Pokemon, I was going to do Evil West. Everyone was like, what? No, Pokemon, you know, your Pokemon playthroughs are some of your best chill playthroughs, and we'd be really disappointed if you didn't play it. So, hopefully you'll be here tomorrow. All right, see how it all starts, okay? Tomorrow night, there is no late stream, because I have to film the private react videos for patrons. And at this point, I think I have at least 4 videos. I think it's 4 that I have to do. I have to confirm that. But that's going to be my basically like my late shift tomorrow. No stream, but instead filming stuff for my patrons, okay? Then on Tuesday, that is my final consecutive streaming day of the week. And you guys are going to determine what I'm doing Tuesday. How? You are going to vote. Because tomorrow on the Level 1 podcast, I'm going to set up a live poll on which you guys are going to vote what 2 games do you want to see me play for Tuesday's streams. And the options will be as follows. God of War Ragnarok, Sonic Frontiers, Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, or Pokemon Scarlet. Okay? So directly based on what you vote for, the number 1 voted game will be the first stream, and the second most voted game will be the second stream. Okay? So there you go. That's what's going to happen. Wednesday I'm off. And Wednesday I will be, relaxing. And of course, running around and doing last minute errands for the holiday weekend and all of that. And also on Wednesday, I'm going to be going through all of your nominations. All the things that you guys nominated for the upcoming Black Friday Adpocalypse Spectacular. Okay? You guys have been nominating advertisements, PSAs, and all kinds of more stuff. All right? So much cool stuff. And I cannot wait to go through those. Pick the ones, that fit the most because they have to fit the criteria. Put them into a playlist for us to watch together on Friday's marathon. Okay, I'll be doing that on the day off on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, it's Thanksgiving, which is a national holiday here in the United States. So, I'm not doing a full day at work. I'm doing a half day. It's going to be Holiday Ask the King, a show where I answer your questions in a Q&A format from various places. Some people will post it up on my forums on dspgaming.com. Some people will have posted up on the members only thread here on the community page of DSP Gaming on the main channel page. And I also will take some Twitter questions that day. Okay. So it'll be a mix of all that stuff together. And I can't wait. I love doing Ask the King. Being that it's a holiday, it'll be a special event. I'm sure some people will be asking me things about, my thoughts about Thanksgiving and all of that and the holidays coming up. I'm sure it's going to be a good time, okay? I will not be doing a late stream on Thursday because, hey, it's Thanksgiving. I'm going to have a big meal here with my family. Perhaps I will take a picture or two, or maybe even do a YouTube short of our meal for Thanksgiving. What do you think about that? A YouTube short of our spread that we'll be eating for Thanksgiving. Could be interesting. And then on Friday, it is the big marathon, okay? It is the Adpocalypse Spectacular Marathon, where I will be reacting to advertisements, PSAs, and things that you have nominated from the past. It's going to be a fun event. I've never done anything like this before. It should be really cool that all day long we'll be doing this together. And at some point during the day, I'm going to go pick up Kat from work to bring her home, because I'm not making her drive and park and everything during Black Friday. That'd be insane, especially in retail where she works. I'll be doing a live DSP Tries It. The question is, what will it be? I want you guys to give me your feedback in the next few days. What kind of fast food would you like to see me get on Black Friday and bring home to do a live DSP Tries It? Are there any new food items at places around here, like Burger King, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Dairy Queen, Five Guys? I'm trying to think what's around. There's a ton of things around. Jersey Mike's, among other things, okay? So, please share me your input. And over the course of this week, we'll talk about it. And we will decide what to do, all right? So please, look it up. Give me your feedback. Are there new items, things you want me to try this coming Friday for DSP Tries It, okay? Then, for the rest of the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it's all gameplay. And I'm going to be alternating between the games that I'm currently playing. So you're going to see God of War Ragnarok probably twice. You're going to see Sonic Frontiers continuing. You're going to see Pokemon continuing. And more Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer as well. Now, the next week, which is the first week of December, we've got Callisto Protocol. And that's huge. So my hopes are that I can actually finish up Sonic Frontiers possibly next week. And if I do, then we could immediately start with Callisto Protocol and keep balancing that with God of War as the two main highlighted streams for early December. Okay? So we'll see what happens, but that's like the rough plan for now. Okay? Now, before we get to news, isn't it great? My sinuses, can you hear how they sound like shit again? My sinuses were perfectly fine again until I started in the room today. I don't know. Anyway, so the only other thing really to talk about before we get to news today is, as you can see, as a direct follow-up to yesterday's discussions, right? I said, hey guys, sometime in late October, I thought it was around October 21st, perhaps I was mistaken, there was a giant membership bomb here on the channel.
Oh my god, he's not aware. He is not aware that tomorrow it's going to happen all over again for 200 more members. He genuinely forgot he had 2 membership bombs, one right before his day off and one right after his day off last month. He is going to lose 200 more members tomorrow during the podcast, during the day stream, and he won't realise it unless he checks anyway randomly until the night stream tomorrow. He is going to go from 552 members to basically about 350. 350 members, or thereabouts, is what he's going to fucking end up with by tomorrow evening's stream. This guy is so ill prepared to look after his own goddamn business.
No exaggeration. The membership bomb was between like 300 and 400 members. So
actually, it was over 500 members, so you add them both up together. You just think it was only one fucking bomb, it was 2 separate bombs. You dumb bastard.
It's going to expire all at once. Now, I'm sure a few members have probably chosen to continue on with their gifted membership, but not all of them. So you're going to see a giant dip of around 300 to 400 members at some point. And I was telling everyone about how, don't worry, if that happens, I will adjust the membership goal appropriately so that the...
I don't think you ever said that. No, you said you were telling everyone you would adjust the member goal appropriately. At what point did you say that? I'm genuinely curious now. Hang on. Look for the word adjust. The word adjust. Not counting yesterday. Not counting yesterday because it happened yesterday. Ignoring yesterday altogether. So all that shit was from yesterday. This is all videos from yesterday, by the way. When he fucking lost his voice, so I'm not counting yesterday's fucking videos because that was fucking when it happened anyway. Adjust is good. Blah, blah, blah. Low level balance adjustment. Low rate adjustment. No, he didn't mention it once, as far as I'm aware. What's this about here? Hold on.
My phone, this one I've had for like 2-3 years, doesn't. So I woke up and I didn't know what time it was, and I checked my phone and I realized, okay, and then I adjust
time zones. He's talking about adjusting time zones, for God's sake. Wow. Okay. He did not mention once, as far as I'm aware, of him adjusting the goal. At no point did he allude to him amending the goal for memberships dropping lower. He just pushed adamantly and fervently for fucking 1,025 members, believing it was feasible, believing it was fucking doable. There's no fucking single point in time he was actually saying that he's going to fucking amend the member goal based on lowering of memberships, expiring membership bombs and all that shit.
The Christmas Marathon event is still in reach. Because remember, that's what we're working for. That's what the monthly goal is. The Christmas Marathon, where I dress up in Christmas attire. Multiple times I do wardrobe changes. We play a variety of games that you guys nominate and vote on.
When Sid makes a very good fucking point, he's actually going to lose members. He actually has lost members. The last time he dropped below 400, he was at 380-ish, and now he's going to be around 350. We can actually use Piece of Pieces' magnificent tracker to keep tabs on this, because he actually tracks everything altogether. The lowest Phil's been, the last time Phil had 350 members was around here. Here we go, we have a date. 356, so the 1st of April, April Fool's Day. Would you look at April Fool's Day, 356 members. Phil has, in half of a year, Phil is actually losing members after his membership bomb expires tomorrow. He's going to be down on himself. Because he is actually due to lose another 200 members flat out. That's not even a random fucking number. I mean, we just fucking, round it up. And you can see for yourself. 200 members specifically was gifted to him on the 21st October. That is going to expire tomorrow. No, this is fucking beautiful. According to Piece of Peace, Phil's actual organic membership stands at 327, which means that Phil's actual gifted members that are still gifted away. It's funny because he's only going to have like 20 or 30 gifted memberships enabled at that point. Going by Piece's calculations anyway. I don't know. All I know is it's funny as shit. That's all I fucking know. All I know is this shit's so fucking funny. Greg Light says not even the Grinch would do that. Do what? T-shirt change, oh fuck. We have almost a black begging shirt. It's not a fully black begging shirt, he's got a fucking logo on it, but it's just funny seeing a black begging shirt, when those black shirts with nothing on them were just so synonymous with Phil being desperate and asking for funds and all that shit. It's bizarre how many times it fucking happened. It turned into a fucking meme, because anytime Phil was desperate for some help, that shirt would be worn. It's like he purposely fucking picked out, thinking it would encourage people to fucking give him money or something. It was bizarre. That's where the fucking meme was born.
I drink, which is something that
Holy fuck, I need your line just to make sure I'm saying I drink.
That happens, I will adjust the membership goal appropriately so that the Christmas Marathon event is still in reach. Because remember, that's what we're working for. That's what the monthly goal is. The Christmas Marathon, where I dress up in Christmas attire. Multiple times I do wardrobe changes. We play a variety of games that you guys nominate and vote on. I drink, which is something that I usually don't do, but I actually have liquor and everything on the stream. You know, that's all coming during the Christmas Marathon event. I'm excited for that, for sure. But we have to hit the goal. And the goal was roughly trying to get around between 100 and 150 members for the month. Now, as you saw, we had zero growth this month. Zero. Even with all the new releases and everything, basically, this channel has kind of plateaued, and we're just towing the line, which is fine with me. As long as we're not going down, I'm okay. But it's kind of funny that I'm playing all the hot new releases. It's not bringing anyone in. It just shows this channel doesn't hit the YouTube algorithm anymore. No one sees it. Okay? So, that being said, okay, I adjusted the goal appropriately, and here we are. We're right back to basically the same, around between 100 and 150 members to hit the goal. All right? We still have the rest of the month, so we still have another, 10, 11 days. Actually, it's 10, because it's 30 days in November, right? Right. So, if you were a channel member and you lost your membership, please consider renewing it. I'm sure you enjoyed having that membership for the month, didn't you? If you're not a member, and now would be a good time to become a first-time member. With all the benefits right now, if we hit that Christmas goal, you will have priority to nominate a game to be in the Christmas Marathon. Members alone, just the members, will be picking specifically a game to be on the Christmas Marathon and be played during that day. Okay? In fact, the same thing happened for the Halloween Marathon, and that's how we played Dead by Daylight, which you guys loved, right? So, please consider it. Or, if you're looking to support DSP Gaming in a big way, yeah, between now and the end of the month, hey, give a gift of the holidays to your fellow viewer and gift a membership, or do a membership bomb, and that helps not only the channel, but it helps your fellow viewers as well. At this point, we now have hundreds of people, waiting to accept, get the memberships at the ready. All right, so just tossing that out there. It's now adjusted. There may be one more, because I do believe that within a few days there was one more membership bomb, and that was only like about 100, if I remember correctly. I think it was about 100.
You dumb bastard. I cannot fucking wait tomorrow. I cannot fucking wait. How fucking surprised is he going to fucking be when he fucking sees his number, the updated total, and he sees it's like fucking 350? No, he's not plateaued. He's not fucking just fucking stayed the fucking stagnant fucking course. No. That shit has plummeted off a fucking cliff. That has just fucking nosedive into the fucking earth. Brand new fucking releases are not saving the fucking channel, Phil. The Christmas spirit is alive and well, but not in fucking video game land. In video game land, no. It's a very lonely and dark Christmas in video game land where Phil Burnell resides. Yeah, exactly. He's blaming the fucking algorithm again. Mushanda says exactly. Pam Flo's asking what time tomorrow will it drop. It doesn't really necessarily matter. We think it is basically it expires at a time it was given. But Phil does not check the membership totals usually until the start of each and every stream. For example, yesterday, technically he started losing members by about 12:30 PM his own time. However, he did not check the totals or update it until the night stream began. So this is why I'm saying I think we need to wait until tomorrow's night stream for him to update the totals by himself manually, and you'll see it then. The day stream is still going to be around what it is now, essentially. But throughout the course of that day stream, Phil is going to start losing 200 members. And by the time Phil updates his members total again, when he gets the night stream set up, that is when he'll see it, and that is when the reality will hit home for Phil, and that is when he'll pull on his wee sad boy act, and he'll try and fucking think of a reasonable fucking goal. I think he's going to go for 400. He's gonna be about 350 members by tomorrow evening. He'll have about a week to try and get his goal hit. So I think he'll seek 50 new members. If he is smart, he will. But Phil's greedy. He wants between 100 and 150 new members. So he might set a target instead at 450 or potentially even 500. If Phil was smart, the goal will be 400. But he's greedy. So I think he's going to probably go for 450 instead. Between either 425 or 450 is what Phil will probably fucking do. But if it's, if he was true to his word though, he'd set it at 500. Because he wants 150 fucking new members.
So we may dip a little bit more by the end of this month, okay? And if that happens again, we can adjust it again, all right? Cool. Okay. So that's all I really have to talk about in regards to, like, housekeeping stuff, schedule stuff. I'm just gonna blow my nose quickly, and then I think I'd like to talk about today's sad news, the passing of the Green Ranger. Yes, the Green Ranger from Power Rangers has passed away. Jason David Frank, I believe his name was, or name is, and we'll talk about that in a minute. What I'd like to do a little bit is kind of reminisce about my history with the Power Rangers and to hear from you guys about what Jason David Frank meant to you, because apparently this guy was absolutely beloved on the internet. Like, people are going crazy about this, like completely devastated by the loss of this man. And apparently he touched a lot of people's lives. Give me a second here. I gotta blow my nose.
A little update for you in the chat there. Jade, big Phil fan, has gifted 5 memberships. Oh, he never even muted himself. What a bastard. He never muted himself, blowing his goddamn nose. But Phil has gained 5 memberships thanks to Jade. So, there you go. The channel's saved. The channel is saved. Congratulations, Phil Burnell. That's what I'm saying. The guilt trip is massively strong. Massive fucking amounts of guilt tripping going on. He is determined and begging and hoping and praying his fans will gift memberships out of the fucking ass to save the Christmas goal. Save Christmas.
Whew, okay. So, my history with the Power Rangers. Well, here's the deal. As you know, I was a child of the 80s and 90s. And it was kind of a split. You know, my younger years were in the 80s, and then my early teen years into late teen years were in the 90s. And basically, Power Rangers kind of came out in the middle of all of that. And what I mean by that is I remember when the Power Rangers actually was released on American television. All right. I was into comic books. I was into, Street Fighter. I was into quite a lot of different things in pop culture at the time. And when Power Rangers hit American television, I was very skeptical of all these live action shows.
No. I'm going to have to fast forward the shit. I'm going to have 1.25 speed. I cannot tolerate this goddamn boring ass story at normal speeds. 1.25 speed, guys.
That were trying to take a foothold in Saturday morning cartoon time slots. Up until that point, basically, Saturday mornings had always been reserved for cartoon shows. And early in the morning, you would have your younger kids' cartoons. So shows like Garfield, stuff like that, where it was, those kind of cartoony, Looney Toony kind of things. It's just a one-off episode. There's no continuous plot, just silly slapstick stuff, that kind of stuff. But then what would happen is between like 10 a.m. and noon, there would be a block of cartoons that were for older kids. So we're talking cartoons such as, originally, things like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and eventually when Fox Kids started doing their big block of things like X-Men, Spider-Man, and stuff like that. And I loved that stuff. Like, I thought that was some of the best cartoons on TV at the time. So that was the stuff I was into. Eventually kind of evolved into things like the Reboot show that had actually very primitive, older 3D animation and stuff like that. And that was the stuff that I liked. And then all of a sudden, it was like, I remember it was like around 93, 94, I think. I could be wrong, but I think this was about the time period. All the channels that showed the Saturday morning stuff wanted to turn it into like live action. So you started having like children's sitcoms, like Saved by the Bell started being on. And then Power Rangers was very much along the lines of one of those shows. And I remember when it started, I was like, I don't like this. It's taking up a spot when normally there would have been like, one of the cartoons that we like. Why is there a live action show here? I don't get it. So I remember watching Power Rangers when it premiered. Okay. I do. I 100% remember watching the premiere episode.
Wait. When did it premiere in America? I need to find this out, guys. 2 seconds. I need to find this shit out. Because if we know when it premiered in America, hang on. Power Rangers, America, premiere. 2 seconds. August the 28th, 1993. Now, next question. 1993. My next question. How old was Phil Burnell in 1993? He's 40 now. So what, he would have been, 13 or something, no, 11. He's like, fuck man, he remembers, so he's 11 years old. Okay. We'll give him a pass. I don't know why, but my dumbass was thinking that he might have been like fucking, like late, mid-teens or late teens. Like, why the fuck's he caring so much about fucking Power Rangers when he should be fucking caring about, any other kind of shit? But nah, he was only 11. If he's only 11 years old, I'll give him a pass. He's still basically a kid, he's okay. I was going to mock his ass, but nah, he's only fucking 11, okay. Fair enough. I was younger when I got interested in Power Rangers, but I don't. As I said, I was fucking too young to fucking probably take it in. It was like, oh fuck this, the big fucking robots fighting. So yeah, my dumb ass didn't really pay much attention.
So, and when the episode ended, okay, I remember my mind felt like I don't know. It felt like someone took like a sucker machine and went boop on my head and was just like sucking the smart out of it. I mean it. Like, if you watch the early episodes of Power Rangers, it's just such drivel. Honestly, it is. It's like, here's kids. They're the most blasé, boring, stereotypical like valley teens, right? Oh, they have not a care in the world because, you know, they're all obviously they're affluent. They're going to this fucking whatever high school that's like super rich or whatever. And oh my God, what's the biggest concern? There's a bake sale today and we forgot to bake or something stupid like that, right? It's like, wow, what the hell is this show? I thought this was supposed to be like a kid's action show. They advertised it as it was like a kung fu action show, right? But it's like teen drama shit in it. And I was like, what am I watching? Like, what is this shit? And then all of a sudden, like halfway through the show, they decide it's now going to be an action show. And the teens would transform and start fighting these putties. These weird ass putties who do dances. They don't look like they're going to hurt you. They look like they just want to do some like interpretive mind dancing or something when they're going to, right? And they would just like start fighting.
It was the birth of break dance fighting. As a wee fucking joke from I guess some people might not get that joke, but a breakdance fighting. David Anderson says he was the reason for the warning that they show for bright lights and loud bangs. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah. This is meant to be fucking some sort of rest in peace to a guy who played a Power Ranger. And so far it's mainly been about him. He has genuinely fucking made it about him a whole entire fucking time. Here. Where's the fucking respect to the guy that passed away? He's not even mentioned his fucking name yet. There's been no mention whatsoever fucking hell. I mentioned him once earlier on. And that was about it. But no, it's not about fucking the person that passed away, it's about fucking Phil's history with the fucking show. And how he loves the show and how fucking much, you know, for fuck's sake, Phil. One more time, just for the fucking, you know, sake of fucking watching Phil be a clown.
It's now going to be an action show. And the teens would transform and start fighting these putties. These weird ass putties who do dances. They don't look like they're going to hurt you. They look like they just want to do some like interpretive mind dancing or something when they're going to, right? And they would just like start fighting them. It was like so weird. And then at some point, inexplicably, the show turns from like cheesy kung fu in costumes to giant like kaiju monsters fighting in the middle of the street. Like they're in Angel Grove in the middle of the street destroying things. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is this? It was so weird. And I remember seeing that first episode. I was like, I have no idea what I just watched, but I feel really dumb. I don't know why. Like, I didn't intend to feel stupid, but I felt stupid after I watched that first episode. Now, funny enough, I continued to watch the show only out of curiosity purposes because I was so fascinated that this was a new thing that was going to be on American television. After a while, I'll be honest with you guys, I kind of got it. I didn't necessarily.
Reminder. He was 11 years old. I don't know about any other 11-year-olds, but I don't fucking think to myself, when I was fucking 11 years old, I didn't think to myself, I better watch this fucking show because it's a new thing on British television. No. It's one of those things, it's like, do I want to watch this shit? Yes, I'll watch it. I'm not going to fucking think, I better fucking watch this for, you know, so I can say I was there. I was there when this fucking show came on the air, and I can, because it might never fucking appear again on British television. Fuck the fuck off. When you're fucking 11, you don't think about those fucking things, for God's sake. At least I didn't anyway, and I assume most people wouldn't either. Most 11-year-olds are just fucking kids, and they think to themselves, if I fucking want to watch something on television, if I like that thing, I'm going to fucking watch it. Fucking pretending he's some sort of fucking artisan, fucking connoisseur of cartoons, not shit, and such things. He's fucking 11 years old.
Like it, but I kind of got it, especially about the time. Let's be honest, the first season of Power Rangers is pretty boring. It wasn't until the Green Ranger appeared. This kid who comes into town, he's kind of an outsider, and no one knows if he's going to be friendly or not. And then come to find out he's a Ranger, Power Ranger, but he's an evil Power Ranger, controlled by the villain, you know, their nemesis, Rita Repulsa. And he has his own powers, his own Megazord to fight their Megazord, right? And it was pretty neat how it was done, because at that time, usually you had clear-cut heroes and villains in the shows. And for a lot of people, I feel Green Ranger was kind of like the first anti-hero, right? Like, he was like the Power Rangers, but he was a villain. But then after a few episodes of, fighting him or whatever, eventually there's a plot line where they find out he's being mind controlled. They break him out of the control. And then it's revealed that it was the new kid, Tommy, at the school, who everyone thought was like a loner outsider, who actually was the Green Ranger. And then he befriends the Power Rangers, and he becomes part of the team, right? And it was kind of a weird dynamic because up to that point, like in the whole first season, the Red Ranger had always been the leader. But then at some point, when the Green Ranger joined the team, he kind of became like the leader out of nowhere, which is kind of weird when you think about it. Wow, thank you, Jay. Jay just dropped a 5-member bomb on the channel. Congratulations to whoever gets those 5 memberships. It looks like we got Nathan Wong, Anonymous Moderator, Sogo Osaka, Iuna Stanciu, and No Sleep Real Vibes. All just...
Now to Ronan is explaining that Phil doesn't know that Jason David Frank went on to be what was considered to be a legacy Power Ranger. He was, so the legacy Power Ranger was able to harness the power of green, white, red, Turbo, and black Dino Ranger. Not gonna lie, pal, most of that went over my head. Some of it rings a vague bell. Like the Dino Power Ranger kind of rings a very vague bell. I said I watched this when I was like younger, but it's one of those things I didn't pay much attention to. So, but at the same time, I wasn't into Power Rangers that much as a kid. I guess I don't remember a huge amount about it, But I still remember enjoying it as a kid, though. I did enjoy it as a kid. It's all the same because I thought it was kind of fun just watching these guys things turn to fucking. I liked it when they all combined. The fucking wee. And things combined into one big massive robot. I was a fucking kid, of course I'm going to fucking like the big fucking thing combined into some massive robot. So yeah. Ian Sorrera is asking has he missed anything interesting. Not really, no. Phil had a bigman at the start trying to explain how he's lowered the goal, members goal, and now he's talking about the Green Power Rangers' death, and he's making it all about himself as usual.
Received those gifted memberships, so congratulations to the 5 of you, and thank you, Jade, for the support of the channel. I appreciate that, sir. Okay. By the way, we can just add those right away, because those are definitely going to be 5 new ones. So now we're at 557. There we go. Okay. So that was kind of the premise of Power Rangers. Now, what ended up happening was the show ended up becoming so convoluted, so complicated. At one point, the Green Ranger had to leave, if I remember correctly. Like, he lost his powers or whatever. But then later on, he comes back, and he's the White Ranger. And he doesn't have the Dragon Megazord anymore. But now he has this Tiger Zord. Because if you remember, at some point, their Zords changed from being like prehistoric monsters. Like, you remember, it was Tyrannosaurus, Triceratops, Pterodactyl, Mastodon, and Saber-tooth Tiger. But then all of a sudden they started changing to like more modern creatures, like a white tiger and stuff like that. Like, they changed to more modern animals. Now, at one point there was a movie, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't love the Power Rangers. I watched it from time to time. For me, it was more of an oddity. Like I said, the stuff I watched usually on Saturday mornings was cartoons. If I had an opportunity to catch the Power Rangers, I would try to watch it and just see what they were up to, because they were getting very popular among, everyone around me. I wasn't necessarily in love with them or anything. I just knew that they existed. So they had a movie, and I said, oh, I'll see the movie. Why not? And I remember going to the movies with my dad, and we saw the movie, and when we walked out, we were like, the only good thing about the movie were kind of the effects, except for the Zords. The Zords looked like fucking shit. They were 3D rendered instead of real life effects. Like, it wasn't a suit, but it was like 3D rendered. Oh my god, the Zords look so bad. Even back then, the Zords looked so bad. But outside of that, the effects, you could tell the budget difference from the show to the movie was like, whoa, what a jump. Okay? But the plot of the movie was atrociously bad. It was like, take the villains from the show and completely downgrade them to like sidekick comedy effect status, so a new villain could step up, only to get his ass kicked within the one movie and then never hear from him again. So what was the fucking point? It just wasn't very good, honestly, in my opinion. And then the show continued as a basis from the movie. Apparently later on they made a second movie. Yes, eventually I did see the second movie, not in theaters, and it was really bad. And since then, the show has just continued on. Now, for those who don't know the series, it's actually based on a show called Super Sentai from Japan. The American version called Power Rangers is nothing like Super Sentai. Super Sentai is a show where it's like an ultra serious, fighting of these people in space. They're like, I don't know if they're supposed to be like superpowered aliens or whatever. I don't even know.
That's a good point Bill Brasky makes in chat. He says, this man never had friends. He only went places with his parents. Yeah, Phil rarely talks about doing things with his fucking friends, at least from his fucking school days. The only time you fucking hear about him doing things with his fucking friends is when it fucking involves Street Fighter, when it's like, fucking Rambo and Howard not shit. And then even then, Howard was not Phil's friend. Howard was Rambo's friend. So yeah, Phil doesn't seem to fucking ever do anything with his buddies, because he probably had no fucking buddies, at least back in fucking school. So Yeah, it's a very fucking good point. You never hear Phil talking about going to the movies with his pals. Because he probably didn't have fucking pals. So, there you go. Gregor Lake is yelling, off is a direction I want Phil to fuck. That's like a Yoda way of saying that.
No, but basically what they do is they take some of the hand-to-hand combat footage and the Zord footage from Super Sentai, and they use that and combine it with live-action sequences of American actors, and that's how they create Power Rangers.
Alto Ronan says that Phil has got it wrong. Super Sentai and Power Rangers run together. To this day, Power Rangers uses footage from Super Sentai, which is kind of what just Phil alluded to right there, right at the end there. You know, but yeah. Unsurprisingly, Phil is going to be wrong with some of the things he says, and then he's going to fucking try his best to claim he was right after all. And that's it, because remember that fucking inhaler shit from yesterday? That was so fucking goddamn obnoxious, man. Jesus Christ. I mean, he was just fucking doubling down on his shit already, trying to fucking claim, yeah, he's fucking... Yeah, for fuck's sake, man. Anyway, on with the show.
Okay? So, that being said, it was a mishmash of American drama nonsense with action. If you just cut out the American drama nonsense, I think the show wasn't that bad. But the American drama nonsense kind of is what Americanized it to begin with and made it a different show and gave it a different identity from Super Sentai. So they kind of had to do that. Now, why am I talking about all of this? Well, admittedly, over the years, I never really cared about Power Rangers anymore. You know, those first few seasons, I would watch it every once in a while on TV. I did see the first movie. I never owned a Power Rangers action figure. I never had a Power Rangers video game. I didn't really care that much about them, just being honest, okay? Everyone else loved them. Like, I had friends and I had contemporaries at school and everything. They all loved it. Oh my God, it's so good.
If you had friends in school that liked the Power Rangers, why didn't you fucking go to the pictures with those friends, Phil? No, you didn't have friends at fucking school. You had classmates at school that you were not friends with that talked about it and you fucking listened in. You were a fucking quiet kid with the auto shaped head in the corner, listening to the conversations other people are having about this kind of shit. And yes, you fucking liked that shit as well, kind of. You were aware of that shit, kind of, but you were not part of those fucking circles, Phil. You just fucking listened in, wishing you were a part of that fucking circle, but you weren't. If these were your fucking friends, you would have fucking went with them to fucking watch a movie together, talk about it with them together. Not that, you never fucking do that shit with your friends.
I didn't really care about Power Rangers, okay? But I guess the one staple character that always seemed to make a return was Tommy, the Green Ranger, who then was the White Ranger. I guess over the years, as this show continued on and on and on and on, Tommy, played by, was it Jason David? I forgot his last name. Is it Jason David Frank? Is that it, guys? I want to make sure I get his name right, because I feel bad. I didn't really know the guy's real name until today.
Why do you fucking feel bad? You never fucking bothered to get fucking Robbie Coltrane's name right. Hagrid died. You never fucking bothered your arse to even try and learn his name. You just said it was fucking Hagrid. The well-known Scottish actor, Robbie Coltrane. But no, he just calls him fucking Hagrid because he was in fucking Harry Potter. Jesus Christ, man. Look, if he doesn't fucking care, then why even bother fucking bringing him up? Bill has demonstrated he doesn't actually fucking care about Power Rangers, and yet he's determinedly fucking making sure to bring this fucking thing up. Just for the sake of fucking profiting off someone else's death randomly.
It's Jason David Frank? Well, did I get it right? Please tell me I got it right, because before I...
Hold on, did he say wrong? Did he say wrong?
Was Tommy, the Green Ranger, who
Two
then
seconds.
was the White Ranger. I guess over the years, as this show continued on and on and on and on, Tommy, played by, was it Jason David... I forgot his last name. Is it Jason David Frank? Is that it, guys? I want to make sure I get his name right, because I feel bad. I didn't really know the guy's real name until today. It's Jason David Frank? Well, did I get it right? Please tell me I got it right, because before I continue, I don't want to keep screwing up his name. Now the stream chat slows down. Yes, that's his real name. Okay, thank you. So, he always made a return to the series over the years. He was the one who was the biggest Ranger out of all of them by far over the years. If you were to go to a convention, it would be Jason David Frank at the convention, signing autographs, posing in the outfit, you know, representing Power Rangers. And then over the years, I guess he came back to the show twice. I think once he came back and he was the Red Ranger, and then he came back again many years later and became the Black Ranger. But I don't know if those were like full-time or just limited runs. Again, I've never really full-time followed the show. It was just casual following during the 1990s, okay? So, people love this guy. And it's funny because you can see people from all walks of life, from multiple generations, who've met this man and say that he's a nice guy, he's a stand-up guy, he represents the franchise well, everyone loves him. From what I'm understanding, this is only what I've heard hearsay, he got into MMA at one point, and he was trying to be an MMA fighter and do stuff like that, but You know, it seems like no matter what, people just always knew him as the Green Ranger or one of the Power Rangers first, and then everything else came second. Okay? And you know what? It's a shame to lose him today. Obviously, he was one of the longest standing representatives of the franchise. Now, there's limited information of what's coming out, but for what people are saying is he committed suicide. Now, that's incredible.
That, on that sad note, is a bingo. People saying. What people are saying, that's a bingo. So, yeah, it's a bit of a sad note to get a bingo on, but it's a bingo. Now, let me rewind that just to make sure I don't miss anything. People are getting very triggered in chat because, also, they actually, you know, also, I can't speak for myself. As I said, I'm not too clued up on the Power Ranger stuff these days. But a lot of our people, also, this affects them massively because they actually were a fan of this guy. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where, yeah, they don't want Phil fucking basically shitting all over the fucking legacy of it or whatever, and don't. Phil's doing a piss job here, basically, and trying to remember someone here because he's not really trying to fucking remember him. He's making it all about himself here. If you're getting too triggered by Phil, honestly, guys, take 5. Just take 5. I mean, just don't let Phil just fucking get to you. If you need to take 5, just take 5 and come back. Just looking out for you here.
Of what's coming out, but for what people are saying is he committed suicide. Now that's incredibly sad because here's someone who was beloved, absolutely beloved by people who like Power Rangers, right? Like worldwide, there's fans of Power Rangers who love this man for what he represented in the franchise, and the fact that he might have taken his life, you know, means that sadly maybe he didn't feel that love, or maybe it wasn't enough. Who knows? Because all we can do is speculate, right? That's it. We don't know. We're not him. Unless he left a note, we will never know what actually happened, or why he took his own life. It's just incredibly sad to lose someone who is so worldwide beloved, to represent a character that people really resonated with and liked. And a lot of people are like, he was like a father figure to them. Now that I don't know. It's just a guy. It's a show. You know what you know what I mean? It's not even like a show where he played a dad. He was just a teenager and then later on an adult playing a.
Jesus fucking Christ, Phil. Why are you gonna fucking shit on people who fucking have some kind? Why? No. Why the fuck does Phil have to do that? Why the fuck can... I guess Phil has never actually cared about another human being that enough like that to consider them being that fucking important to him. Because in Phil's world, he is the most important person to him. Like, there's one very good example I can use where a lot of the world were devastated when this person died. Robin Williams, a beloved actor. You know, he took his own life. He was depressed, but it's one of those things where he always tried to make people laugh. He spent his life making people laugh. And yet at the same time, that's what I'm saying, so many people grew up with Robin Williams, for example, and when he died, a lot of people were genuinely fucking hurt and sad. I was kind of that way myself because of so many different movies when I was thinking that, you know, this is a wonderful movie that I saw him in. And you hear so many wonderful stories as well, like, you know, just the things that he did, you know what I mean? And also, he always tried to look after the, you know, like the kids on set, for example. He always tried to make sure they were, you know, well looked after and well entertained and everything else. You know what I mean? Pam Solo says here a degenerative brain disease. Fuck's sake, man, I can't even fucking talk. Sorry. Pam Solo says that Robin Williams had a degenerative brain disease. I fucking said it. But it's okay in that case. I mean, I thought he did suffer depression as well though, because I thought he had that quote where I can't even mind the fucking quotes. Where it's like, if you're making people laugh, they can't see how sad you are, something like that. I can't mind. I kind of yeah. He did have depression as well though. Yeah, okay. But yeah, but as I'm saying, though, a lot of the world felt that loss severely, even though they had nothing to do with Robin Williams. So many people around the world felt like they lost someone special to them. That's this kind of point I'm trying to go to here. That's kind of one of the easiest examples I can kind of grab here. That Phil is kind of ignoring the fact that there is people, like famous people, whatever, that have done some great works, whatever, that may have been part of some people's childhood. That is, you know, in this case, you know, Jason David Frank was part of, and yeah, a lot of people, and also it's not just Power Rangers, there's other things they did as well. I'm saying though, for Phil though, the most important person in Phil's life is Phil, so he's no wonder he doesn't understand, because all he cares about is himself. When's he going to fucking feel that way about anyone else in any sort of fucking medium? Never. It'll never fucking happen. Because Phil is the most important person to Phil. Who's the second most important person? Phil. Who's the third most important person? Phil. It's always going to be hell. Why is the music stopped? You should play the music, for fuck's sake. Why did it stop? There we go. Just realised it was all fucking deathly silent.
Power Ranger. I don't know about him being a dad. But I hear you, especially if it's something that's from your childhood, you grew up with it, and it continued. Like Power Rangers continue to this day, right? To this day, Power Rangers continues as a major thing in pop culture. The show is still running, and the fact that he is still synonymous with that franchise means that he was meaningful to so many different people, you know? It's really sad, and it's sad to lose someone like that. Absolutely it is. It's funny because recently we just lost Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman in the animated series and many video games like the Arkham trilogy. Over the last few years, we've been losing so many people who, when I was growing up, these people were just like synonymous with you know, pop culture and media and entertainment. And this is what happens as you get older. What I'm learning is, as you get older, you just gotta kind of accept it, that everything around you gets older with you, and you're gonna lose people that at one point were very meaningful and influential to you. And, you know, a lot of it's coping. I understand there's a lot of sadness. At the same time, you got to understand that the fact that those people don't know you, you don't know them, they don't know you, right? But the fact that they did something so cool and epic in this life that it actually resonated with you to the point that you don't know them, but they're meaningful to you. Man, does that mean something, right? What a person who had a changing, long-lasting effect on so many people's lives. It really means something. And if anything, you know, I say this all the time when someone loses a friend or a loved one, is as long as you keep the memory of that person within you, of all the things, all the good times you had in relation to that person, maybe the lessons you learned, spending time with that person or listening to them, then that person is never truly gone because they made their impact on your life and everyone else's life around you. They're not going to be gone. They had that positive impact on the world, and it's just don't forget them, right? And it's really sad to lose someone like this, but at the same time, it's pretty awesome that he had the effect that he did, right? Again, personally, I'm getting sad now because I just don't like the idea of losing someone like that, but he had a good effect on so many people's lives, and you know, just don't forget. That's all. You got to keep their memory alive. I think everyone can kind of understand that sentiment, right? Like we've all been there. Whether it's someone, again, from your childhood who was very meaningful to you, an idol, perhaps, or even a loved one, a friend, a family member, we all kind of feel that. So that's the best advice that I can try to give everyone. As I'm getting older, I'm learning that this is just a more common thing. All the time, you're going to lose someone that maybe meant something to you. And, you know, just don't forget who they were and what they did. And they'll never be gone, right? Yeah, so rest in peace to Jason David Frank, and, you know, sorry to hear it. You know, I don't really know what happened. No one's going to know. Again, unless there was actual concrete evidence where he said something. All you can do is speculate. It's just very sad that so many people met this guy and loved him, and he's gone. You know, for me, I don't really have any personal connection, because like I said, for me, the Power Rangers, were they huge at the time when I was growing up? Yes, but they never really were huge for me. I was into many other different things, and the Power Rangers wasn't really one of them. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. That's honestly like the one big piece of news. I mean, I could sit here and talk all kinds of drama shit. Like, did you know that Elon Musk unbanned former President Trump on Twitter? Ooh, I don't care. Stupid shit. Right? I don't care about all this nonsense. Gaming news, there's really nothing going on in gaming news right now. I checked, there's really nothing going on at all. So nothing of note to speak of. You know, in that regard. So, all right, so what we'll do a few shout outs, and we have ample time today for open like Q&A for you guys. So let's do it, shall we? All right, so we'll start off with the first contribution of today, which was K-Styles 1998, who re-upped his membership. Thank you so much, K-Styles, at the Ultra level. Thank you so much, K-Styles, for the Ultra level of support. I really appreciate that. That's the highest level of membership, and it helps DSP Gaming the most, so thank you so much. As we already stated, Jade had gifted 5 memberships to the channel. Thank you so much, Jade, for those gifted memberships. That will obviously help us to get towards our Christmas goal. And Retro Parasite did a super chat. He says, well, Jason David Frank was going through a lot. He had a divorce, and then his daughter committed suicide recently. So these are the contributing factors people are assuming were the contributing factors. Again, unless we hear it from the person themselves, all you can really do is speculate, right? Thank you for the super chat, Retro Parasite, and the supplemental info as well. Okay. Let's see here. I just received an anonymous tip. Someone says, I just got through your Link to the Past playthrough.
Did he really just fucking say that, though? Unless a fucking person says it themselves, all you know is the person is dead. There is no person confirming their intention as to why they killed themselves when they already fucking did, Phil. You know, for fuck's sake. I think it's fair to assume it probably had a big, I mean, obviously details are apparently still sketchy, but if that's indeed true, where he did go through that fucking terrible sort of emotional trauma in his life with his family, it definitely is likely a factor. And Phil to just brush it off as saying, unless he says otherwise, we won't know. Just fucking brushing off the importance of that kind of nugget of information.
From the summer, it was classic. Thank you for that. I love Link to the Past. It's a game that I love going back to from time to time over in my life. It was actually the first Zelda game that I'd ever played. Even though I had watched one of my cousins play the original Zelda and then Zelda 2 Adventure of Link, I never played them. Zelda Link to the Past was my first experience with Zelda, and I absolutely loved it. And that's why I always say that I feel like it'll be my favorite Zelda of all time. And I also feel that it's a game that I want to go back to every once in a while. You know, I played it in 2012, Summer of Retro, or was it 2013? I think it was 2013, Summer of Retro. And then I just played it again this summer. And I'll probably every once in a while, you know, several years go back. You know what I would like to play? Link Between Worlds. That was the 3DS Zelda game that was supposed to essentially be the spiritual successor / sequel to Link to the Past. I own it, but I've never played it. Certainly never done a playthrough of it. The only catch is, I don't know if my capture device for 3DS even works anymore. When we were cleaning out my closet a few months ago, we found the capture 3DS in there, but I have absolutely no idea if that thing would work. So, I guess we gotta see. I don't know. Okay. Guys, that is it. That's all the shout-outs so far. So, if you guys got questions, please throw them my way. Tag me in the chat. Let's see what you guys want to discuss today. Jade says, the first time I saw Jason David Frank, it was on Power Rangers Dino. Oh, Dino Thunder. And he actually met him in real life, and he loved the guy. A lot of people seem to completely share your sentiment and feeling about the man, Jade. Seriously, like, people all over the internet are grieving today. The World Cup started today. Any thoughts on LGBT rights in Qatar? No. I know nothing about the World Cup. I don't know about Qatar. I don't know shit. I'm a gamer. I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
Wow, what a good ally for the LGBTQ. What a fucking proud ally this guy is. Now, I'd like to remind people that this fucking during this little fucking... Hang on, 2 seconds. Give me a second here, because I don't want to lose my fucking place here. 2 seconds. Shush, Phil. That's not what I want to see. I want to see... Give me a second here. I need to find the right slide. There's a slide here. Where's the slide? You got so many fucking different slides. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Where is this fucking slide? Holy shit, there we go. There we fucking go. A word from the king, from the bottom of his heart. Thank you all for being a part of his community. He's a proud ally. Love is love. Proud ally. When he's asked to speak out about this shit happening at a worldwide global tournament, arguably one of the biggest sporting events in the entire fucking world. It has been held in a country which has banned homosexuality. Women's rights are barely fucking non-existent there. You can't even drink a fucking pint of beer outside or whatever. There's a lot of fucking... You know, I understand kind of respecting the laws of the land or whatever, but sometimes those laws are fucked. As one of the things, Phil's like, you want to fucking have a word with, you know, any thoughts on the World Cup and the Qatari rights? And he's like, no, I've got no opinion on that. Phil, the proud ally, has no opinion on the Qatari World Cup and their absolute fucking hatred of homosexuality. Jesus Christ. What a fucking proud ally. Jesus, man. He has this fucking little slide in his show, and then when he's asked to fucking say something about that kind of thing, this is how he responds.
The World Cup started today. Any thoughts on LGBT rights in Qatar? No. I know nothing about the World Cup. I don't know about Qatar. I don't know shit. I'm a gamer. I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. Why don't you ask the street sweeper about how to, you know, map out mathematically, you know, quantum physics? You know, I'm dumb. I don't know what you're talking about. Am I a big Harry Potter fan? No. Have I seen all the Harry Potter movies? Yes. Have I read the books? No. Do I know anything outside of the movies? No. So I'm not a big fan. I've seen the movies. They're okay. They're decent. But I don't know much outside of that. 672 did a super chat. He says, can we make the members goal 672 in my honor? No. But I do appreciate your super chat and your support. Thank you. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Daggy says, it's cool that when I pass on, geez, I hope that's not anytime soon, we'll have all your content to go back to and watch and reminisce. You have left a large legacy. Yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. And here's what I say that for. You could think of a celebrity, right? And you could think of like an actor. You could think of a musician. But if you think about all their content, essentially it's pay to see. Right? Am I right? Like right now, let's say I wanted to see the entire voice acting history of Kevin Conroy. Well, you got the Batman animated series, you got the Arkham series, but you had to pay for all of that. Right now, any YouTuber, their entire existence is pretty much on the internet for free. Instant viewing of everything they've ever done, right? On demand. Instant access. And I've been doing this for, 14 years. 2008 is when I started doing regular content on the internet. It's pretty crazy to think about that, isn't it? And 15 years of my life shared with you guys live here. All right? It's pretty insane. And one day that will all be left. Hopefully, because you don't know what's going to happen. The thing is, what happens when someone passes on and like who retains ownership of what? Here's something interesting.
Here's something interesting. A robust snort inserted. What the fuck? Chris Dank says the only thing this bastard will be remembered for is wanking and being a beggar. Not a thing anyone should want to be remembered for. That's pretty much my fucking thoughts. His fucking lasting internet, the legacy of the internet is jerking it on cam and getting caught for it. Phil's reputation is in absolute shitter. No one's going to fucking remember him fondly. Not one most people on the internet. Here's the reaction. The internet at large, they're going to have two different reactions to Phil Bonnell fucking passing away. A good chunk of them will say, who? And the rest of them will go, big fucking deal. That was a guy that fucking jerked off on cam and begged all the fucking time. No fucking loss whatsoever to society was felt. Of course, there's fucking people like me will fucking go, Grace, how's he going to fucking, pay for all his crimes now where he fucking committed bankruptcy, fraud, and all that shit. But, yeah. Honestly, us detractors might miss Phil more than anyone else, simply because we enjoy making fun of the bastard so much. His fans will not really miss him that much because they'll just fucking find someone else to fucking gravitate towards, because some of them already do. Some of them are not exclusive Phil fans, some of them do have other fucking content creators that like to fucking float around like a fucking fly around shit. And yeah, it's like one of those things where they'll just fucking move the fuck on. But I think us detractors will probably miss Phil more than anyone else, simply because we do enjoy roasting the bastard, but we do actually pay close attention to what Phil does as well. We observe Phil and his antics more closely than even his fans do. And it's fucking to his detriment, mostly because we fucking catch him out and shit all the time. We catch him lying all the fucking time. We catch him out in his fucking deceitfulness all the fucking time. He does not want us to fucking pay close attention to him because he knows he lies all the fucking time and he tries to get away with it as fucking much as he can. But we always call him out in this shit. If Phil would stop fucking lying all the goddamn time, we wouldn't have fucking much to call him out for.
Previously, when someone owns something and you pass on, you leave it in a will to the next person or whoever, right? And usually you leave it onto your progeny. Well, I'm not going to have any kids. I'm not. I already made the decision. I'm not going to have children. So, if once, my wife and I both pass on eventually, good, this is way down the line, don't get depressed, we're not talking now, but who would own the channel? Right? What would happen? Where would the channel go eventually? Because the channel would still be live, the videos would still be monetizable, they're still there, it's self-operating on YouTube, right? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm not that far into it to really be thinking about that shit, I guess, right? Okay. Would I play Shadow of the Colossus on hard mode? No. Do I like cookies and cream ice cream? I don't know. I haven't had it in a very long time. I think the last time I had it when I was a kid. I don't even know what it would be like today, so I don't know.
Rio Shinden is asking about Phil has ever mentioned the reason he doesn't want kids. I don't think it's a reason. I think it's a person. Phil, I made a video about this a while ago. A good while ago, I made a video on this. Let me very quickly pull it up for you guys, because it will include also audio clips as well. Of all the times Phil has talked about, you know, potentially having children. A little fucking bit distracting, I know. Search across a channel. Kids. Children. DSP is a child. No. Father. I think it's DSP only. I think that's what it is. 25th of December 20. I uploaded this on Christmas Day. What the fuck, man? I'm pretty sure I made it before Christmas Day, but I just uploaded it then. Yeah, I think it was a scheduled one. Yeah, this is a video I edited. But yeah, I have several examples here. So ask the King from 29th of May 2015.
Have you thought about marriage and about starting a family? How would you mix your work on YouTube in with fatherhood? The bottom line is, if I did start a family, right? If I did start a family, it would have to be cut down on YouTube. And in fact, what YouTube would be a lot less gaming and a lot more vlog style stuff where I show you, gee, what is it like to have a kid and to raise a kid and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
You can definitely tell in 2015 when he's still with Liana that him having a child was still on his mind as a possibility. It wasn't saying fuck, it's not going to happen. No, he was definitely considering it as a possibility. He's not made a decision to not have kids. I'm of the opinion it's all when Kat says so. Kat doesn't want kids, so Phil doesn't want them.
And it would be tough because right now, as I've already said, my time is booked. A day that I don't work.
My time is booked. I've got no time for my little baby. I'm busy playing Minecraft. Let me fast forward to another fucking clip. Because it's several clips here. It's not just one clip. Here we go. This is like a fresh one here.
I don't know too much about Notch. I mean, I don't know if he has a wife or kids or whatever. But, you know, for me, personally, a lot of people ask me this question. They say, Phil, would you ever have kids? And the answer is, I mean, yeah, I would consider it. But the bottom line is, it would be so irresponsible for me to consider it because I'm not in the position of this person who asked me the question. I'm not financially stable. Right now, things could go crazy but wrong. YouTube could close down overnight and I have zero income.
This is what I'm saying though. He was always seemingly on the, you know, okay with the possibility. He never ruled out having kids. Bill Bowen says he never wanted kids. I don't see it that way. If he never wanted kids, he would just fucking have said so right then and there, like I'm not interested in having kids. But he always had it up there as a fucking possibility. If it was just lip service, then why is he not fucking continuing lip service? He's rolling it out now, but he didn't roll it back then. If he had never wanted fucking kids, he would have just fucking said no back then. So, as you see, he's... Okay, so there's another example here.
25 cheers says, have you ever wanted kids? A little Phil running around. Well, I won't lie. It's not like I've never thought, oh, it might be nice to have a kid. Okay? I mean, yeah, I've thought about it in the past. I thought about, oh, yeah, would it be nice to have a kid? But I've never been in a situation where it made sense. You know, when I had my office job, I wasn't in a relationship with anyone. I wasn't really ever with anyone. And then when I finally was with someone, my ex-girlfriend, we were in a situation where we wanted to live together and have a better life before we even thought about that stuff. And then when we finally made it happen, financially everything fell apart. YouTube fell apart, the trolling, all this horrible shit happened to us that made it so that I ended up being in so much debt. It didn't make any sense. And now, sadly, there's no way I could have a kid now. You know how irresponsible it would be if I had a kid right now with the amount of debt that I have and everything, and the fact that my job is completely unstable and shit? That would be horrendous. That would be really irresponsible. At this point, I'm certainly not thinking about it, but it's not that I've never thought about it.
You get what I'm saying though? There's like several examples here. I put several examples together in this fucking video where I talk about, I show all the times Phil's talked about fatherhood and whether he would have children. I'll put a link in chat. If people are actually interested in watching the whole video, they can. But I made that video like a year ago. And it has several different clips in it, you know, from Phil talking about shit, you know, it's like stuff from like when he was playing Minecraft as well at some point and all that shit, and just random podcasts or whatever, different games as well. He's fucking asked about this kind of shit. And even playing Street Fighter and all that shit, you know, it's like over the years, so many different examples, so many different instances of Phil talking about the potential, you know, fatherhood, even up to like fucking 2020 as well, not shit. When did I fucking make this video? Yeah, it was like a year ago almost, so yeah. But yeah. Phil, in my opinion, I think Phil did actually like the idea of having a kid one time. but he just gave up on it because Kat clearly doesn't want any. Kat clearly put her foot down and says she does not want children whatsoever. So it's not even up to Phil. It's not his decision to fucking make. He has decided for him. That's my take on it, because as soon as she came into the equation, Phil's answers changed to a hard no. Phil blowing six is mucho. It could possibly be. I just think it's funny that as soon as Kat came into the equation in a relationship, Phil went from as a possibility, who knows, one day maybe, to a flat no. As soon as Kat came into the fucking relationship, Phil was like saying hell no to kids. I just think it's a funny correlation, that's all I'm saying. So that's why I attribute that to Kat deciding for him.
Yeah, I don't know. See, obviously, I'm married. If something were to happen to either of us, we inherit each other's stuff. But outside of that, I don't know, eventually what I would want to happen. I mean, I'm young. I'm not thinking about that at this point in my life, Maybe I have to within the next 20 years or so, but... That is true. I could just leave all to my son, Hortense, according to that news report. No sleeper vibes. I never saw that. He says, do you remember there was a...
Shout out to fucking Hortons, fucking me. That's a brilliant fucking reference from his fucking chat. Just leave it all to my son Hortons. I want to hear that one more time.
About that at this point in my life, Maybe I have to within the next 20 years or so, but... That is true. I could just leave all to my son, Hortense, according to that news report. No sleeper vibes. I never saw that. He says, do you remember there was a moment in Power Rangers, all the Rangers for different seasons teamed up? I saw maybe the first 2 seasons. I think I saw the last episode of Power Rangers I ever saw. I think it was like Zeo, because I remember stronger than before, go Zeo, la 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 la. Like I remember that theme song. That's all I remember. So there you go. Play Assassin's Creed Odyssey on Nightmare. No, not doing that. Okay, I'm waiting for more questions. If we don't get any, I'll just turn the stream off completely. Shut it right down. Have I considered voice acting? I would probably enjoy voice acting at the same time. With all my issues, I have allergy issues, sinus issues, throat issues. I don't think I could do it. I really don't. I don't think it would even be like feasible. I'd probably try to do it and kill myself out doing it and lose my voice all the time. So at this point, I think it's too late. Something I would have liked to do at some point. If a fan donated the Valve Index and PC to you, would you stream it? What the hell's that? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Will I do something special for my 15th anniversary next year? I have no idea. My 15th anniversary would basically be the anniversary of me putting out that video. Star Wars, The Force Unleashed, Star Destroyer gameplay sucks. Because that was the first official gameplay video I ever put out on YouTube on the original Dark Side Filled channel. I think it was September of 2008. So that would be the official 15-year anniversary for me. But I have absolutely no clue what's going to be going on next year. So I don't know. See you later, No Sleeper Lives. Have you ever been to a musical concert? Yes. What was your favorite one? Probably either the Earthbound Papas or I can't remember the name of the other band now. They were both at a game convention I went to where basically it was these game tribute bands who would play band level music of game themes. And I really liked that because that was music from my childhood being turned into modern musical masterpieces. I had a great time with that. The only other real concert I went to was Dave Matthews Band, and I hated it. The music, it was in a stadium. The music quality was atrociously bad. You could barely hear the music. And it was just a bunch of middle-aged potheads walking around being drunk and being high and fucking acting like idiots and falling over and acting like complete general assholes. It was very not fun. It was a waste of time. What would make me buy PSVR 2? The only reason I would get a PSVR 2 or even play it is if there was an absolutely positively killer app. What is a killer app? A killer app is a game or piece of software in general that is considered top of the line, must experience, and if you miss it, you're essentially missing out on something that's best in class. Like if you missed playing this game, you've missed the game of the year. So if they made, Half-Life 3, only PSVR 2, and it was the most groundbreaking, amazing fucking gaming experience you ever had, then I would do it. That's about it. There's no way I'm dropping that amount of money to do a VR game. When I played PSVR 1, I was not impressed. At first, I was impressed for about a month. And after playing a good variety of the VR games over the course of about a month, the gimmick completely wore out for me. And I just did not care about it anymore. And I never played a game on it ever again. So I remember I got it, what was it, like September, October of that year, maybe November. I played it for like that month and maybe like 1 or 2 other games. I never touched it ever again. It just sat there. What is one country I'd like to visit and why? There's many countries I'd like to visit. First of all, the country I'm closest to is Canada. I'd like to maybe go up to like Vancouver and do some tourism and stuff up there. Maybe try some food I never.
Oh, watch out, you mother canuckers. Phil's gonna come rolling by in your neighbourhood, snorting down the fucking road, and you won't know what fucking hit is.
Had before and do stuff like that. My wife has always wanted to go to Japan. At one point in my life, earlier in my life, I was.
Oh, she would be big in Japan, but that's mainly because she's fucking £600.
Wanted to go to Japan. Then when I found out how expensive it is and how crowded it is, I kind of fell out of love with that idea. But she's always wanted to go, so maybe just for tourism purposes, one day I'd like to go there for a vacation. I've always wanted to go to Europe. I've always wanted to do like.
Europe's not a country, you dense motherfucker. Name a country. Not a guess. Probably Italy.
You know, England, France, Italy. Kind of like a tour of Europe kind of a deal, if possible.
Fucking DSP's European tour of fucking dentheads. Fucking every fucking country fucking visits Nathan Smith in fucking England and probably some random nothing in Italy. I don't even know if he's got any fucking Italian fans, but they fucking go. Jesus Christ, man.
But honestly, you know, sadly with my life situation, I don't know if this will ever be possible. Maybe one day, but right now it's just not. So.
What I might fucking do is pull up. Jesus, man, I wish. How hard would this be to fucking find? How hard would this be to fucking find? Is it easy to find? Ah, oh, come on. I should probably just do, YouTube instead. If I search YouTube, I want to see the YouTube clip of Phil being terrible at geography. And like the European map. I'll try and... I really want to fucking see it right now. I don't think it'll take too long. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. DSP Billy Geography. Just 2 seconds, 2 seconds. A video from like 8 years ago. Is this it here? No, that's not. That's not it. Here's fucking. Oh my god, there's a video. It's like. Okay, hang on. DSP experiences bugged education mechanics. 139,000 views. This was uploaded 9 years ago.
It's time for another good idea, bad idea. Good idea.
I don't think we want to see a good idea. The good idea is basically everything being done right. We're not interested in the good idea. We want to see the bad idea.
Idea.
Hold A. Match the flags to their corresponding province, state, or country. What? Oh, fuck me.
Oh my god.
A fair guess, but I'm afraid it's wrong. Try again.
I don't know anything about Europe. Fuck.
No, I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Oh my god. Well, Paris. I don't know what the Paris. Oh, Italy. It's telling you. France. This is France.
Hooray.
Fucking Finland.
Jesus Christ, man. I like how they got a random picture of fucking Messi here. The only fucking visual representation of the United Kingdom is a wee fucking mythical creature from Scotland. Wee fucking Nessie chilling in the fucking, above Ireland. It's closer to fucking Ireland than it is to fucking Scotland, but just Nessie's chilling out there fucking minding his own bloody business. There's barely any fucking visual clues in the fucking map here. You got a fucking Eiffel Tower here for France, you got the fucking babushka dolls for Russia. And I think that's essential. There's a slice of pizza for Italy down here, as you can see as well. And then you got a fucking Nessie. Shout out to fucking Nessie. Just chilling up here randomly. Mind you, it's a Rockstar game, and Rockstar did start. Rockstar North were based in Edinburgh. Rockstar Grand Theft Auto was born in Dundee, in Scotland. So maybe it's like a wee Easter egg maybe from some of the guys that still work at Rockstar at the time. So yeah, it's one of those things. Maybe they just thought include Nessie, just for fucking shits and giggles because they're good.
Oh, I got Germany.
Yeah, of course Phil's going to get Germany. Of course Phil is going to get the fucking land that he fucking has a Nazi hat on. He's got a fucking Nazi hat to fucking have a wee tirade on. Of course, he's going to absolutely fucking know where Germany is. That is part of his education. That is part of his fucking... It's fucking instilled into his fucking DNA practically where Germany is, where the fucking motherland is.
Heavens!
I don't know what the United Kingdom is. Italy, I know what Italy looks like. It looks like a boot.
Try again.
What? That's bullshit. That's exactly what I did.
No, I'm sorry, that is incorrect. A fair guess, but I'm afraid it's wrong. Heavens!
I don't know these at all.
Whoever gave you that idea? No, I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Where's Spain? I knew that. Ireland is one of these.
A fair guess, but I'm afraid it's wrong.
Okay. Norway? I don't know these at all, man.
Try again.
He's run out of time. He's run out of time. Greece. Yeah, of course, the fucking far northern European country of Greece is actually one of the most southern countries, Phil, but never fucking mind. Greece is lovely, bro. Jesus Christ. I love how technically to get United Kingdom right, it just wouldn't let him attach it to the map because he wasn't over the X properly. You got to fucking hover the flag over the fucking X until it locks into place. It won't just fucking arbitrarily think, oh, you meant there. He did actually fucking have it. I think it was a second guess United Kingdom was on the X, but he wasn't on it properly, so it said it was wrong. So Phil didn't go back to it.
I don't know my geography. Fuck.
A fair guess,
Wow.
but I'm afraid it's wrong.
I didn't have a clue. I don't know Europe. How the fuck would I know Europe? I live in North America, you asshole. That wasn't fair at all.
Jesus fucking right. There you go, guys. So there you go. So that's an example of Phil's fucking knowledge of Europe and all things European. Fuck me, man. Now you know.
Okay. Visit Saudi Arabia. I think I'll pass on that one. Percival says Wales is nice. Highly recommended. Wales, England.
Wales is a country next to England. It's its own separate country. Wales is not in England. It is next to... Jesus Christ. One more time, Phil. Upset the fucking British viewers one more time. Go on, Phil.
Percival says Wales is nice. Highly recommended. Wales, England.
Wales and England, yeah. Just like how Scotland is in England. Just like how France is in England. Just like how fucking Spain's in England. Yeah, everything's in fucking England apparently. Sweet fucking baby Jesus. It's incredible.
Okay. Go to Brazil. A tour of Italy. Probably be nice. You know what was funny? So when I was in high school, I had a teacher. He was a very older white gentleman. You could tell he was a scholarly gentleman. He was our Latin teacher. And he had always said he always wanted to go to Italy. One year he went to Italy for about 2 weeks. And when he came back, he told us all about it. Okay? And he was basically like, it was the best and worst experience he ever had. He's like, so the fun things you do, you see gorgeous countrysides, you see amazing architecture, the food, oh my God, right? Everything there is amazing. He's like, at the same time, when you're there as a tourist, everyone knows you're the tourist. So they are constantly hounding you in the streets. Can you spare some money? Hey, can you want to come to our club? Hey, you want to do this? So everyone's bothering you for money and scams.
Bill Bones is asking, how's it $1.14 tip? Don't you have to tip him $1.60 to get credit for $1? Ever since Phil set up that PayPal.me link when Stream Elements broke for him, and not anymore. It won't play a notification or anything. There will be no animation for you. But you will be able to still get on the board essentially. And it counts as $1. So £1 is $1.14, says Ian Sorare. Basically the minimum no longer is like $1.60 or whatever shit, you know, or because Phil is, well, technically anyone can tip him anything. He has received tips below it before, but he's choosing to ignore them. if he gets tipped anything under $1, he ignores it altogether and doesn't even bother to put it in the fucking board. But anyone could technically tip him like a cent if they fucking wanted to, just to ask my question. But he'll ignore it, shut up, he won't even bother dealing with it. It's no fucking point.
He's like half the time he wasn't left alone. He couldn't just walk and enjoy this time. He was hounded by people like the entire time he was there because they said, "Oh look, there's an American tourist, get him!" And they all just like chase him. See, that's dollar signs. Get that motherfucker, get him. Keep pounding him. Like damn. So it's kind of like, geez, you have to really. I guess you have to go in and be undercover, right? You have to totally like wear a hoodie and like dress up. You have to look like a local somehow. How would you do? You have to do research and try to look like a local. Because this guy apparently he just went and dressed up like he would go, as a teacher at school, and everyone's like, "Oh, get that American right now! Get him his money." That's pretty funny. Wow, look at this. I received a $25 tip from Lisa Lou, and Lisa Lou asked the following: "If you don't mind me asking, what is Kat's favorite holiday?" I would probably go with Christmas. I would have to ask her personally.
So you don't know, essentially. You don't fucking know. You're assuming it's Christmas, but you don't fucking know.
Because I think everyone's opinions change. So here's the thing. Okay, here's how I should really answer the question. All right, the real question here is, what's your favorite holiday in relation to the part of the holiday? All right, because here's what I mean.
Wait, what do you mean? What's your favorite holiday? The question had nothing to do with fucking you. The question was Kat and her favorite fucking holiday. Why do you have to fucking make it about yourself all of a sudden? I don't. How did he manage that? How did he manage us?
From Lisa Lou.
How did
Lisa
he manage
Lou
us?
asked the following: "If you don't mind me asking, what is Kat's favorite holiday?"
That was a question. What is Kat's favorite holiday? Simple fucking question. How does he fucking go from that to this?
I would probably go with Christmas. I would have to ask her personally, because I think everyone's opinions change. So here's the thing. Okay, here's how I should really answer the question. All right. The real question here is, what's your favorite holiday in relation to the part of the holiday? All right, because here's what I mean. Okay, Christmas is amazing. You get to decorate, you get to have special food, you get to give presents, music, holiday specials. Everyone loves Christmas, right? Unless you work retail or you'll work in the restaurant service industry. Then you hate Christmas because this time of year is when all of the fucking assholes come out to play. They are dickheads. They're just like all Scrooges, humbugs, and Grinches to you. They treat you like dirt. They step on your face and they expect the world, right? Oh, come into someone's store. Oh, I want you to absolutely be my personal shopper and serve me every moment that I'm in here. Even though that's not your job. If you walk to a restaurant, listen, I am the king of this restaurant. You must serve me. You must bring me everything I demand on demand immediately. Everything. And if everything is cold, warm, or there's something, and by the way, good luck getting a tip out of me, right? It's kind of how it is this time of year. I hate to say it. It kind of sucks because for a lot of people, this is their livelihood to have to work these industries. And they're like so stressed this time of year because people are kind of shitty to them right now. So that would be my how it's a qualifying question. If you're talking about just personally spending time together, like we have usually a really nice Thanksgiving where we have a ton of good food, and then usually we have a nice relaxing night either watching specials or decorating the house for Christmas. Christmas Day, we have a nice day because again, we have some food, we usually share some gifts, watch some stuff. Just in general, a nice cozy day at home, which is really nice. But there's the trade-off of work, right? I received another tip. By the way, thank you so much, Lisa Lou. I played your animation if you didn't see it. So an anonymous tipper says, "Are you afraid you will get jumped by detractors if you leave the country?" Yes. In fact, I've actually been told that at all times, there are detractors of mine standing at the borders of every major country with a bunch of bats. And they're just waiting for me to cross to beat me on the way in. Welcome to fucking Italy, motherfucker! I have no idea what this person's getting at with that tip. Here's the thing, all right? It's this simple. Obviously, if I were ever to be going on a vacation, I wouldn't tell you where, right? After the fact, what I would probably do while I was there, I would document some stuff. And when I came back, I would then tell you all about the trip.
That's actually, for Phil, kind of intelligent. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, people might still be able to find out where the fuck he's going. They might try and find out, but the smartest thing Phil could fucking do is shut the fuck up. He would be fucking setting himself up for so much fucking potential shit if he even fucking disclosed remotely where he's fucking going. It's just one of those fucking things. It actually would be intelligent for Phil to not even fucking disclose that crap altogether. Just why even bother? Why give? So yeah, that would be Jesus Christ, man. So yeah, but the lovely situation is, the truth of the situation is Phil is not going anywhere because even though he should be able to afford it, his WWE Champions addiction ensures he cannot afford to go anywhere with Kat on holiday. He can't just abandon streaming, he just can't fucking get up and go somewhere and enjoy a honeymoon with his wife. He is stuck in an office because of his ridiculous fucking WWE Champions addiction. And a quick general reminder that Phil has spent over $1,000 so far on the most recent WWE Champions event. In fact, allow me to just check Twitter for a second and see if TG Gamebox has done any more updates on that. Give me a second. Do we have any updates from our pal TG Gamebox on the most recent? Nah, the most recent update was $1,131 from the other day. So yeah, there we go. So we don't know if he's gone up anymore. Yeah, he's seen wings there randomly on Twitter. I'll just hate Army being, his usual fun self.
Just like I did, remember my trip to Connecticut? Right? All I told you was I was going to Connecticut. I didn't tell you specifically where I was going. I didn't tell you what I would be doing. You didn't even know I was getting married. Right? That would have been pretty dumb if I told you specifically when and where I was going everywhere, because obviously there would have been problems. Right? So that's why I don't do that. And then what I would do is just tell you about it after. It's privacy purposes. It's not like it used to be 10 years ago. I could travel, go to a convention, go on vacation, document the whole thing, no problems. Can't do that anymore. It's not even safe. People have just become so, they become so messed up on the internet, and I hate to say it, they feel safe. They feel like we can do whatever we want. As long as we stay on the internet to do it, we can get away with it, right? That everything on the internet is anonymously protected, and there's no repercussions for even crimes. I mean, crimes and shit being committed, they just don't care, right? So I'd be smart about it, obviously. So go Osaka, please don't say dumb shit on my stream. Just stop that right now. Greetings, Cheerio Eater. How are you today? What is the meaning of my name? Philip? Philip means, I believe, in I forget what it is, but it means like lover of animals, or there's a meaning behind it. There's actually
the fuck on. Lover of animals? Well, that explains his relationship with cats.
A translation. Like if your name is Philip, it means that basically like you care for animals and stuff like that. Like you want to take care of them. You know what I mean? Like not to say that I'm gonna go out and join PETA or anything, but I think that's what they're saying is like you care for animals, which makes sense. I've always enjoyed nature. I like in our backyard, we get all kinds of creatures coming by. We put peanuts out. You got squirrels, you got birds, all kinds of stuff coming by. It's really
you enjoy nature. Anytime it's fucking sunny, you bitch and whine and moan about it. You enjoy nature. The sun comes out and it ruins your fucking day, Phil. You spend your fucking days and your time, 6 days out of 7, cooped up in your tiny little fucking office avoiding fucking natural air. Bullshit, you fucking love nature. I'm pressing X to doubt in that one.
Nice. Jasper's an awesome pet, so. Lucifer sold it a super chat. Did you ever assert your dominance with Jasper when he misbehaves? Yes. I give him a very resounding booping of the nose. How do you spell your name? Lucifer. Lucifer soul. A booping of the nose. Okay. Have I ever traveled internationally? Only to Canada. To Newfoundland, Canada, and that was for my office job before I was a YouTuber. I worked for a helicopter company, and there was a company that was operating a helicopter to go to and from an offshore oil rig out in Newfoundland, and they basically had screwed up their inventory. What had happened was our company had shipped them thousands of helicopter parts. They didn't own those parts, but they were keeping them in a warehouse where whenever they needed them, they would scan it, take it out, put it on the helicopter, and then we would bill them for the part. It made more sense to have the parts there and accessible and usable than to have us to ship it every time. So we had this, it was called consignment inventory. They screwed the whole consignment up. They basically weren't scanning properly, they weren't documenting properly, and they kept putting these things on the helicopter they never paid for. Then they would think they had a part, and then they would go to use it, and it wasn't there, so now they're screwed. They were grounding their own craft because they were being sloppy. So I flew out there to help them remedy that situation. We went through all this inventory. It was a huge mess. Anyway, yeah, that was the only time that I ever been outside the country. Everything else I've done has always been in the U.S. What exactly was my position at the helicopter company? Just like customer service rep associate? I don't even know. But the funny part was, I worked there for almost 5 years, about 4.5 years. Maybe the first 2 years I did customer service. After that, they had me doing everything else possible that wasn't customer service. Like I said, they trained me in continuous improvement, or ACE, Achieving Competitive Excellence, and I got a certification. I went to like tons of classes. I think it was about hundreds of hours of training to get that certification. I've shown it on stream. And they had me redesigning processes in the company for them, holding high-level meetings of people from all over the building, trying to fix processes and make them more efficient. And I did all this, and then they laid me off. They never paid me for it. They promised me the world. They promised me, if you do all this, don't worry that you're a customer service rep. We promise you this will lead to good things. You'll get promotions. You'll be able to do this later, long term. We just need to get the work done now, and then your reward's coming later for going above and beyond. When I finished this big project at my job, they gave me an award. It actually said, congratulations for going above and beyond the Call of Duty. You didn't need to do this. This wasn't really your job, and you worked your ass off here. And then they laid me off 2 months later after I got that commendation. Scumbags. Yes, they spent all that time and money to train me, and then they got rid of me. Absolutely. They're that moronic. That's what I mean. Like, why do you think the company ran itself into the ground? It was run by a bunch of idiots. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing. The only time that company was doing well was when the industry was doing well. As soon as the industry started to get challenged because of the economy turning, they fell apart. It was one of those situations where it's like, when everything's good, they
kind of like you on YouTube with Apocalypse. I see.
They can operate, but they have zero like big picture thinking of what would ever happen if things start to go wrong. How do we prepare? What do we do? They had no clue what the fuck they were doing.
That's another bingo. Phil said wrong. Finally fucking said wrong, and we've got another bingo in our hands because Phil finally said wrong. Quick reminder, guys, we are 6 away from a full house, although technically it's 5 because we have a free space already, because Phil snorted at least 25 goddamn times. It's going to be hard to get a full house here, but it's still definitely possible. Just need to trigger a certain rant from Phil. He might say these things that we need him to say. He kept fucking, I thought I was going to say business, but he kept avoiding the word business somehow. Instead he just said work, a company, whatever. Yeah. We don't have 2 free spaces yet, Gregor. Like, unless are you trying to imply that every 25 snorts is a free space? No. No. I am not that generous a person. It's just 25 at least you get a free space, but I'm not going to fucking times it by 2 because it hits 50 snorts, not times it by 3 because it hits... No. I'm not doing that. I'm not that generous a motherfucker. 3 full spaces for fucking a multitude of snorts? I think that's a bit overly generous. Alright, fine. Free face... Look, we've got 2 free spaces in, and if it hits 75, it'll be free. Fuck it, fine. 3 only.
So the whole thing fell apart. It's hilarious. Just think about that. I showed you guys the certification on stream. That was, I think that certification was, I think it's a minimum of 40 hours of training, and then you have to participate in like 2 to 3 projects and run a project to get that certification. So that, if you add all the hours together, that was like 100 man hours to qualify for that certification, and then they fucking laid me off afterward. They're that stupid. Bob D, we've talked about this already. His thoughts on reviewers giving Pokemon a pass, even though it has critical performance issues, when they memed on and destroyed titles like Mass Effect, Andromeda, and Cyberpunk. Nintendo always gets a pass. Always gets a pass. Is that company still in business? I don't know. You want to find out? I know for a fact that everyone who worked in the building I worked at had to leave because they basically outsourced. They shipped all the...
You just said business. Is that company still in business? I think. We'll just confirm that.
Critical performance issues when they always get to pass.
2 seconds.
Is that company still in business?
Yeah, he said business. Okay, that's another bingo. So, sorry, 2 seconds. So that's another bingo. Don't need to get... It's just 1 bingo. Okay, cool. 2 seconds. There we fucking go. We are 5 away from a full house, although we do have 2 free spaces because Phil has snorted 60 goddamn times. Jesus Christ, Phil, please hold back in the snorts. 15 more snorts is another free space. You know what, fuck it. It's, like, it was just meant to be fucking 25, it goes 1 free space, but fuck it, you know, if it doubles it, then fine, 2 free spaces, and if it fucking goes 75, then free, fuck it. Yeah. Why the fuck not? It's very rare for this to happen, keep in mind. It's one of those things, I put my foot down before earlier on, but now I think about it, it's very rare for Phil to snort this fucking much. So I anticipate him not doing it that much in fucking future. So if I get safe to him, we may as well fucking make the most of it now. Because I can't see it happening too many fucking times in the future.
I don't know. Want to find out? I know for a fact that everyone who worked in the building I worked at had to leave because they basically outsourced. They shipped all the work that I was doing and stuff to outside the country.
expensive. Like you spend $1 here or there to make progress. This one's for all my baby girls. Got me that? Gotcha. I love it. Got me that? Gotcha.
Wow, they exist, and they are completely different from who they were back then, apparently. Let's see. Oh my God, there's a million of them that have the same name. I'm trying to find something updated about the one that I worked at. Let's see. Wow, I can't even find anything that's like up to date. I can't even find a website for them. Huh. What is this? Let's see. I'm serious. I can't even find a website for them or anything. I'm looking. All I can find is third-party websites listing them with like minimal information. Like I said, from what I was to understand, all the customer service work and stuff they were doing was completely outsourced. So they don't do that anymore. If anything, if they're still there, what they're doing is that's where they have the helicopter parts and they still ship them from there. But there's nothing. And there used to be a big website for them and everything. There's nothing. All I can find is like yellow pages. You know, I can't even find them. I would love to see if they're still operating out there. I can't find any information. Opencorporates.com. See, there's no website for them. I have no idea. Yeah.
The company's not like fucking hidden, by the way. It was like fucking like, I can't even mind the fucking name of it myself. It was like Kaporsky fucking helicopter, some pish like that, you know, some kind of Russian sounding helicopter company or some sort of shit, you know. It's not a secret what it was, you know. It's been known what the fucking company was called, like who he fucking worked for. So it's because, you know, obviously people knew about it because they just fucking knew who his dad was and he had information on his own fucking like LinkedIn or whatever. So if I could list the company. So yeah, it's no trade secret or anything. And as far as I'm aware, they actually did go out of business themselves. Maybe someone else had a fucking name and did something differently. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. They leased it to Trump. That's one of his stories. Okay, whatever. Yeah, fucking Trump.
Well, I wish I could have more information. I can't find anything definitive here. The last news article I see about them was from 2012. 10 years ago. So there you go. If I could go back in time, would I change anything? I mean, there's no real point. I'm not one of those people who looks back at my past and is like, oh my god, I made such a horrible mistake and now...
You always reflect on the fucking past. You always pine for the past. You always miss the fucking days when you're a more successful YouTuber and you're a more successful person in general. You don't have to fucking beg all the fucking time. You hate the fucking present. You miss the fucking past. You're more successful in the past. You're nowhere near as close to prominence in fucking YouTube as you were back fucking then. You pine for those glory days where everything you did worked well for you and it resulted in a lot of fucking money in your goddamn pocket. If you fucking think too hard about the fucking past, you probably get too fucking depressed and you fucking miss those days too fucking much. All you can do is look forward, because if you look back, you realise how much of a fuck up you've made in your pathetic little life.
You know, everything's been horrible since then. I don't do that. For me, I'm kind of looking at the situations that I've gone through as like, well, I did the best I could, and sometimes I made a bad decision, sometimes I made a good one. But, you know, I'm not the kind of person that's going to dwell on the past and be so sad or upset that something went wrong. You know, everyone always asks, what advice would I give my younger self? When I was starting on YouTube, no one, and I mean absolutely no one, had any idea what would happen or how it would work or whatever. The advice I would give my younger self is don't share everything. Keep a lot of stuff private. Anything to do with financials, anything to do with a lot of private things, you know, going on in your life, or, you know, what you have in your place, stuff like, you know what I mean? Like, when I was a YouTuber in the old days, I never had a work-life balance. All the way up, I would say from 2008, all the way to early 2017. I never had a work-life balance. To me, my work was my life. You see what I'm saying? And because of that, I do feel that a lot of things suffered. A lot of, relationships, friendships crumbled because I was so about making the content, always pumping stuff out. I felt, hey, if I'm already having fun in real life doing things with games, why not just film it all and make money on it? Sadly, not everyone is all about that. I was, a lot of people were not, right? But for me, it was like, everything's fair game, just immediately share everything. Oh, I'm eating a meal, share it. Going somewhere, share it. Playing a game, share it. Taking a dump, all right, maybe not that. But you see the point? And at some point, I think that if I had stopped being that transparent of a person, that maybe people would have not been on my case for so many things like they were. To the point where now I'm just constantly internet stalked, probably never would have got that bad. So, there you go. No, I've never been, okay, Percival says, do you enjoy hiking? No, but there's a good reason for it. I have a back injury. Now, it's not bad anymore, but over a decade ago, I had a severely herniated disc in my lower back. I was also overweight, way more than I am today. So, that was never even a thought. Okay, it just wasn't. If I'm on my feet all day, I get tired, my back hurts. So I wouldn't want to go hiking. I wouldn't want to put myself in a position where I go do physical activity and overexert myself. Now I'm stuck. What do I do? If I hurt my back, I'm screwed. I can't get home. Right? So I wouldn't want to do that. What major company would I want to work for if they hire you, no questions asked? None. Zero. No company. I much rather enjoy being my own boss. That's for sure. Keep in mind, I've now been my own boss ever since, again, I went into business for myself in late 2010. So you're talking, almost 12 years. I've been my own boss. And this has been much better than anything I've ever done previously. Why the hell would I want to go back? Great Piggly Wiggly, thank you for the $1 tip. Yes, we already did an entire segment about Jason David Frank. We don't need to talk about that again. Thank you for the $1 tip. Basically, he's just reiterating everything we already said earlier. He's a little late, but it's all good. Thank you for the tip. Okay. Is my throat feeling better? You can hear it's not as bad as yesterday. It's also not 100%. You can hear it's still swollen. There's my left sinus right now is swollen. I'm not 100%, but I'm definitely not losing my voice, thank God. Stylish Jones says you would rather be your own boss than work at an amazing company where they offer you vacation and retirement planning. Yes. Do you want to know why? Because in my life experience, and this is just my life experience, I'm sure many others have had different experiences, but I can only speak to my own experience. Nothing in life is guaranteed. It doesn't matter if you're the most praised, rewarded, cherished employee in a company. At a moment's notice, they can go, bye-bye.
Not really.
It doesn't matter.
Well, that's not really the case for most employees. I mean, I know, for example, if I had to fucking change roles, I work for a bank. If I had to change roles within my team, it's one of those things I could just move to a fucking different team. I would still work for the bank. I'd still be employed by the bank. I'll just be in a different team within the bank and doing something else. It's not one of those things where, so that's a bit of a, unless I do something monumentally dumb and get myself fucking fired, I'm just saying, obviously, it's one of those things where, obviously, you could also do things, if you do anything dumb and stupid or whatever, and you fucking do something wrong, then naturally you're going to fucking face the consequences of those fucking actions. This is natural, but it's one of those things where, it's like, if I wanted to change, let's just say, for example, I'm happy of doing the work I do in my fucking work, but it's one of those things where if I said to my fucking boss, is it possible to fucking go somewhere else? He'll just fucking, basically say, aye, it shouldn't be a problem, just give us some time, and see what teams need any help with anything or whatever, and we'll just go to that fucking team instead if they fucking want you, and if you're okay with them. It's one of those things, so there's a possibility for me, I'm just saying, you're not just forced to get stuck doing the same thing, and it's one of those things as well, like, I know that most employees are not fucking indispensables. Everyone's a fucking cog in a machine. But some machines are better ran than others. Some machines are better well maintained than other machines. They're not all the same fucking machine. Even though at the end of the fucking day, we're all just fucking cogs in a machine, we're all doing a small part to fucking keep the wheels turning. It's good to be in it's better to be in a fucking well maintained machine. It runs well, rather than some shitey fucking machine that's constantly fucking changing things and, equipment and changing gears and changing things to fucking keep it going. You get what I'm saying? It's like, it's not a shitey machine that's always fucking breaking down because they're not taking care of the fucking parts that are inside it. That's a strange fucking analogy, I know, but yeah, Phil hasn't got a fucking clue how fucking work, employment in general works these fucking days. Probably because he's now been a fucking good employee.
Matter. Most of these companies out there, you're just a cog in a machine. They see you as a number on a spreadsheet. They don't give a shit, and they see you as disposable and replaceable. That's just the truth. I was in a situation where I was at a company. I was supposed to be a customer service rep for 2 years. I worked above and beyond, worked more hours than I was owed, never got paid for them, did higher level work than I ever did, never got paid for it, completely redesigned one of the processes in their company to save them hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And when I was done with the project, they gave me a commendation, a pat on the back, and a boot to my ass as I got laid off. It doesn't matter. So when you're your own boss, essentially, if you go out of business, it's your own fault, right? When you're working for another company, at any moment, you could be the most cherished, high-level guy. Bye, you're out. So no, unless you own the company and you're the CEO or whatever, no, I don't think I would ever want that position. How long was it until I started getting views and comments on my old channel back in 2008, 2009? So my Dark Side Field channel started in 2007. But the only reason I opened it was because a few people had told me they were using YouTube as a way to document Street Fighter trips that they went on. So I had seen 1 or 2 other people in the Street Fighter community like go to a tournament and film some silly videos and then post them up on YouTube. And I was like, I would like to maybe do that. So I did that. In 2007, I hosted up Dark Side Phil. I opened up Dark Side Phil, excuse me. And I went to Midwest Championships, which was a tournament at the time, and I documented it. The views were not good. No one really cared. Those videos pretty much went unwatched. Maybe 100, 200 views per video, if that. No one in the community really cared. Quite frankly, it was just kind of a personal thing for me. Then a year later, on a whim, I just decided to start doing gameplay videos on YouTube of brand new games. First it was Star Wars The Force Unleashed, then it was Mercenaries 2, there was the original Dead Space, probably 4 or 5 different games. And I just did gameplay snippets. It wasn't like playthroughs. It was just a few highlights here or there. And back then, solely on the fact that you were playing a hot new video game that just came out and you were uploading video footage of it, you would get views. Back then, it wasn't like today where literally there's 400,000 people uploading video footage of the same game. There was maybe a couple dozen. It was that few, it was a very small pool. So as long as you were doing something semi-entertaining, like commentating on Dead Space, talking about how scary it was, as the scary things were happening and doing commentary, you'd get attention, you'd get views. And it blew up because I didn't expect it to be popular. Within like a few months of doing it, I was getting 1,000 views per video, if not more. I was like, dude, for an unknown channel, that's huge, And I just kept doing what I was doing. I grew and grew and grew. So for me, it was a few months. That first year when I was just doing Street Fighter stuff, nothing. It wasn't until I started covering the hot new games. But again, this was a completely different climate. You're talking 2008, 14 years ago. YouTube was a different place. You didn't have people who come in with, $100,000 budget.
We have an update on the helicopter saga thanks to Meth Bear. Helicopter Support Inc. still operates in Connecticut as a part of Lockheed Martin since they bought Sikorsky. And Meth Bear found out by checking the Connecticut Corporate Registry. So there you go. Meth Bear was able to find out what Phil Burnell couldn't. And Phil Burnell used to fucking work there, of course, and he couldn't fucking figure that shit out. But yeah, Lockheed Martin. No one's ever fucking heard of Lockheed Martin. They sound like kind of some small-time outfit. Yeah, of course, I'm kidding on, but you get what I'm saying. I think of Lockheed Martin, I just think of the kind of troll Twitter account that got a tick on it. It's, what was it they tweeted out? Because they ought to fucking buy your own fucking, Twitter tick, they pretended to be Lockheed Martin. They said something like, we're not going to fucking send, like, weapons to this certain country anymore. the real Lockheed Martin freaked the fuck out, saying, hey, what the fuck? Elon Musk do something about shit.
A filming fucking studio, insane amounts of high-end capturing devices and lighting, coming in with fucking teams of people to play a video game together, filming, skits, all kinds of crazy shit. None of that existed. It was just, hey, I'm just putting a camera at a TV and I play a game and I'm a little bit funny, joking while I play it. And it caught on, Very different situation from today. And now the stream chat is completely frozen. Would I consider becoming a vegan for a year? No. Absolutely not. Would I start a new channel to review different restaurants and fast food? See, here's the thing about this. If you're going to review food, all right, the best way to review it is fresh. Right? Let's be honest. When I order stuff for Feasting with the King, half the time it shows up cold. It's like, this isn't an accurate representation of what this food would be. In order to film it fresh, you have to get permission to film in a restaurant. Most restaurants won't let you do that. They don't want that. They're afraid of bad exposure. They're afraid that one bad reviewer will ruin their restaurant. So most people will be like, nah, sorry, not gonna let you film in here. Okay? The only alternative would be eat in your car. No, I don't have the desire to start getting food and eat it in my car right outside the restaurant so it's warm. You see? So honestly, no, I'm not too interested in doing a full-time like channel for reviewing food or anything like that. I just don't think it would make sense. In addition, I don't eat out that often. Once a week, usually with my wife, and it's usually...
God damn it, I thought that was a bingo because Phil just said addition, but it's not a bingo. That's why I paused it, because I was thinking, oh shit, a bingo, but no, it's not a bingo. We are 4 away from a full house, technically 2. We have 2 free spaces, and if Phil snorts 11 more times before he starts recording for gameplay, then we'll have 3 more spaces, because we're counting 25 snorts as a free space, so 50 snorts is 2 free spaces, 75 snorts would be 3 free spaces, because why the fuck not? I was guilt tripped into being generous by my chat, and of course it is, Christmas and all that shit. You fucking go. But, yeah, I mean, I don't understand why Phil can't just take a notebook to him with a fucking... So go to a restaurant, Phil, enjoy the fucking food, enjoy a meal, but why don't you just fucking have a little notepad with you, and as you're enjoying the food, just take a wee quick note on how good that food is, and just treat it like a fucking review. In fact, if you take a notepad to a fucking restaurant, they're going to think you're a potential critic, and they might treat you even fucking nicer. That's a random wee trick that people pull sometimes trying to get some better treatment in fucking restaurants. By pretending to be a fucking food critic. Which I guess in this case Phil would can't be unofficially, because, he needs to have a YouTube channel documenting his fucking random Seattle restaurant trips. But Jesus Christ, man, what the fuck? It's one of those things where there's potential there for Phil to do something with this idea. Phil would not actually be fucking terrible with this fucking thing. He loves talking about food. This is actually a fucking passion of his. It would actually get... I'd be curious to see how well it could do as a potential idea and see what kind of fucking audience he would get for an actual fucking solo food review fucking channel where he fucking reviews his Seattle establishments. Because one of those things, I think there's potential for that idea. Phil clearly is passionate about food. Just fucking take a notepad with you. Make wee fucking notes, and then when you fucking get home, prepare a wee fucking live video and document how fucking good the food was, and you got wee notes to fucking help you say how good it was. I don't know. Twiki says, but he's a professional gamer, dude. No, he's fucking no. He's an arsehole.
A place we're used to and we know. I don't eat fast food often at all. I've cut that out of my diet because it was so bad. I was, overweight from it. So, no, I've never watched a food challenge video. No, I would not do one. I don't care. George says, it's not true IRL streamers eat while filming inside the restaurant all the time. Yes, number one, if they don't get permission, that's completely illegal. You are in private property. And if you literally, to open up your phone and take a picture on private property is illegal. Now, no one cares, right?
I think I understand the super chat I got earlier on, then someone randomly super chatted saying that they googled whether restaurants were private property, and they're not. I was wondering why that super chat happened. So yeah, I just didn't see how Phil reacts to that super chat. He probably said the guy's wrong or something. Hines says, look at his net revenue for November. Correlates to over squeezing the pigs in October. The increase above average revenue from October is on track to be a decrease below average revenue. In fact, we can check that right now since Hines is fucking recommending it. So there we go. Let's go to the net revenue tab on the tips. Ooh, look at that. Look at that extremely low graph. Sweet baby. Jesus, man, that's a really low fucking... Oh, that's really fucking low. Oh, so this is so keep in mind this is the money he's going to get like 4 days before Christmas. So far. Right before Christmas he's going to get this YouTube money. And the tips are also what he's fucking earned so far, within the month. So 20 days gone so far. Phil's earned about $1,500 per 10 days. He's still got 10 more days in November to go. He's probably going to get between $4,500 and $5,000 in tips. He usually fucking does. But that's a lot less YouTube money. Oh, it's going to be a fucking miserable Christmas in the Burnell household this year. Oh, Jesus, man. That's a really... Look at that. It's over a 10. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, this is a really big fucking drop. Ah, fucking beautiful. I'm so glad you recommended me to check out Hines. I'm really glad. I knew it was coming. But I didn't actually see this yet, so it's a fucking beautiful fucking image. Backleak says he doesn't even keep track of it. It doesn't. He's not aware of it whatsoever. He knows this site exists. He knows the tracker exists. But because it's a detractor that runs it, he doesn't want to trust it, even though the information is purposely and specifically meant to be accurately detailing and chronicling all the accurate information. If Phil was actually aware of how to use this fucking page properly and his fucking spreadsheet properly, he would have known that he was going to lose 326 members after the fucking first stream yesterday. He's not even aware of how many members he's going to lose tomorrow during the fucking day stream. When he gets to that night stream tomorrow, he's going to win for a nasty fucking shock when he sees his fucking members down about 350 odd. He'll be about 350 odd members sitting there and he'll be going, what the fuck happened? I wasn't expecting to lose so fucking many. Piece has done so much fucking work that he should technically get getting paid by Phil for documenting all this stuff. There is so much incredibly useful information here for Phil Bonnell to pour over. You can keep track of the metrics. How well did this game perform? You got a fucking game analysis here. How much did he fucking average in total tips for fucking Plague Tale Requiem? We got almost $1,500 in Plague Tale Requiem from 7 playthroughs. There you go. Look at these fucking averages. So Plague Tale Requiem averaged over $213 per stream. That's a fucking great return. Call of Duty, which one was it? Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War averaged over $242 per stream. Fantastic fucking return. What about this? Divinity Original Sin 2. You only played it for 3 fucking streams, $312 per fucking stream. This is the sort of information which is invaluable for content creators, because it tells you and fucking details you how fucking well some specific games performed in the fucking metrics. Most content creators need to fucking pay for such information to be available to them, and Piece has done this for free just because he wants to fucking chronicle Phil's antics in these fucking games. And Phil's a piece of shit and refuses to fucking look at this and pay attention to it because he's such a bitter little bastard. Ah, sweet Jesus, man, it's fucking hilarious. It's so fucking hilarious. Look, you've even got a fucking visual representation of how games done. Average tips per stream, average super chats per stream. So what's done great? Divinity Original Sin 2, right, knew about that. What about this one? Metroid Dread. Not bad. Near Replicant. Look at Near Replicant. Fucking hell, $390 per stream. Can't have been too many fucking streams though. Resident Evil Village, done quite well for tips, and that was it. No super chats at all. As I'm saying, this information is fucking invaluable. AJ says he now only has 4 gifted members. He got 5 earlier on. Did one of them get banned? I don't even know. I don't even fucking know. Anyway, back to Ringo. And a quick reminder, we are technically 2 away from full house because we have 2 free spaces already.
A restaurant's not going to give a shit, oh, here's a selfie of everyone eating dinner, but you're legally bound to get permission to film on private property. So if you go and you film your meal without permission, you're breaking the law. At any time, someone can get that video taken down. The owner of the restaurant could contact YouTube and say, I didn't get permission, take that shit down. And now you're forced to do it, all right? Now, if you get permission, that's different. But I'm not going to, every time I go to eat, I'm not going to ask the fucking owner of the restaurant, hey, is the owner home? So I can ask him if I can film. No, stupid. Wrong, Stylist Jones, completely wrong. He says, that's not true. You can film inside of a restaurant as long as they don't ask you to stop. Wrong. It's not in your legal right to do so. It's private property. Someone cannot literally walk into my house and just start filming. That's illegal. You can't do that. You have to get permission.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
Yesterday was a really slow day for me.
A restaurant is a public place. Wrong. Restaurants are not public places. Who told you that? It's not. If it was a public place, you could just walk in at any time of the day, no problem, and not get arrested. It's completely wrong. A restaurant is a private place. It's a place of business. It's not public property. Who told you that? People have the weirdest misconceptions about shit. A restaurant is a public place. Huh? If that's the case, I can fucking sleep there, right? What are you talking about? Please try Jamaican food. I don't think there's much or any Jamaican food out here. I've never seen a Jamaican restaurant out here. No, I'm not interested in Escape from Tarkov. Please do not donate. Okay, any last minute for questions, guys. Last chance before we get ready for God of War here. What? Oh my god. I'm just gonna have a headache. I'm not even gonna read it. I'm not. It's some of the dumbest things I've ever read. Someone just said a place can be public and private at the same time. Oh. You guys kill me, man. Some of the stuff you say kills me. Oh my god. It's a public place, but it's private property. It's public and private. Oh. Oh. Steak sandwiches. Take the rest of the day off before your head explodes. Don't worry, we're going to be playing a game soon. Hopefully I won't have to listen to more nonsense soon. Rodom Electric did a super chat says, do you want to diversify your content? Goal 672. What? Thanks, Rodom Electric. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what the hell you're saying. That's correct. Being open to the public does not mean it's a public place. That's different. Oh my god. Anyway. Good lord. Alright guys, let's end the show. I've had enough. Let's end the show. Thanks for being a good audience. And I hope that you guys will enjoy the streams today. I hope you'll stick around. Good gameplay coming. And thank you for chilling with me on the Level 1 podcast. Whoa, you waiting for something? Big Papa Phil says, disgusting. That's disgusting, man. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with you. That is revolting. Incredibly disturbing. I actually have to start working on my one for Christmas month. I don't know what that's going to be yet. Okay, hold on. Let's get the PS5 set up. Ugh. Nope. The Callisto Protocol. Look at that. Look at that. They got the Callisto Protocol down there. Look at that. Callisto Protocol. Please chop up my body into small parts and throw the gory chunks against the wall, splattering everywhere. Callisto Protocol. Yes. This would be good. Okay. All right, guys. Let us take a brief break for me to use the restroom. I will not monetize you, and it will not be a long break. It'll be a very brief break just for me to use the restroom quickly. Okay? Sound good? I'm just going to go take a leak, basically. Be right back when we jump into God of War. Cool. I'll be right back.
So he's going to piss off like a piss, essentially. Let him just fucking mash the right arrow button until he gets fucking back. He won't be long, apparently. So there you go. He won't monetize you. Isn't that fucking lovely? Because half the time he does, and he fucking doesn't remind people that he's monetizing them. When he is fucking monetizing them, he neglects to fucking say he's monetizing them. He just says he's going to run a quick ad while he's at a fucking, but he doesn't actually say, I'm going to monetize you right now because I can, because I need to take a longer break than usual, because I want you to take a fucking dump and play my WWE Champions game for a little bit. He doesn't say that, he just says...
Okay, guys. Let's get started, shall we? Alright, we're good.
He just says he fucking needs to run an ad, usually. So, as I said, we're 2 away technically from a full house because we have 2 free spaces.
Everything shouted out. Oh no. Main Vega did super chats. I googled it. If restaurants are public places, it says they are. Okay. I don't care about the semantics of what you're going to argue here to try to prove me wrong, because I swear to God, people just love to try to prove me wrong. Okay? Is a restaurant a public place if the owner of the restaurant allows you to enter the restaurant during certain set hours? Yes. Is a restaurant a public place 24/7? No. It is a privately owned business. It is private property. It is not public property. I'll give you an example of public property. A sidewalk in the street in the middle of a city. That's a public place. That's public property. at all times. It's never closed to the public unless they're doing construction. All right? A business is not an open area you can go to at all times of the day. It's ludicrous to say so. I don't care what Google says. You're wrong. That's stupid. Stop trying to contradict me and be dumb. There's no fucking point. Why are you arguing with me? Why are you being stupid? Really? Why? What's the fucking point of trying to argue with me on my stream today? You know what I'm trying to say. Stop trying to use semantics to act like I'm wrong. I'm not. Jesus Christ. For once, can you give me the benefit of the fucking doubt and not try to be a little jerk? He's like, "Ew, I got him because he said he has something slightly wrong. Let's get him." Fuck off. I don't care.
What a Jesus fucking Christ, man. That was a super chat. That was a super chat. Phil was fucking losing his goddamn mind over. That was a Jesus Christ. That was just somebody to say, hey, I googled what you said, Phil, and I have information that says otherwise. And the guy, Jesus fucking Christ. Just take the L, Phil. There's no shame in being a dumb bastard. We're used to you being a dumb bastard by now. It's not as if it's a fucking secret. You are pretty fucking dumb.
Okay. Looks like we got an update. And it's almost done. Good. I wonder what the update is. See, I haven't had my PS5 plugged in a couple of days. Evil Gandhi, thank you for the super chat. What would evil Gandhi be like? If Gandhi were evil, what would he do? Would he just contradict everything he said in real life? Or would he keep saying that but then actually do the opposite? Like, imagine evil Gandhi. He's like, oh, be non-violent, protest, and we'll get everything done. Then he goes to the street and he like clubs you in the face with a giant stick. There you go. The real Gandhi was not a saint. He beat his wife every day. Great. Now we're going to have this kind of shit on my stream. No, I'm not saying that's true. I just read what something someone said. Go ahead and clip that and make me look like an asshole. I didn't say that was true. I just read it. No, Gandhi's just like me from yesterday. Gandhi would slap small children. Like, slap a baby. He'd take a granny, kick her in the ass. Ha ha, take this granny, ha. You know? That's what Gandhi did, right? Yes.
He is unhinged as all fuck today. Oh, yes, okay, it's not as bad as yesterday. Yesterday, it was like, calm the fuck down, boy. By the way, we have 69 snorts. Shout out to Prophet. But, yeah, this is, I cannot believe the fucking levels of salt we're getting from Phil today.
Gandhi would see someone with a walker, because, you know, they're handicapped, with a walker, and he'd purposely wait for them, and when he saw them, he'd run up and kick the walker on them, ha ha, and watch them fall, and start dancing, ha ha, ha ha, I got you, I'm Gandhi, I'm Gandhi. Jesus Christ, you guys are something else. How's the throat? It's obviously, it sounds better than yesterday. It's not perfect. It's still a little swollen, a little messed up. My left sinus is swollen today, so it's not perfect, but it's definitely better than yesterday. I'm not losing my voice. Okay. Welcome back. Alrighty. Are you guys ready? Let's do this. Welcome back, everyone.
That's the end of Bingo, guys. He's started recording for YouTube now as a gameplay. That is the end of Bingo. We have 2 free spaces to tick off. Sadly, it won't count for much because, you know, it's not a full house. We're 2 away from a full house. How about a tick off reality and dumb close-up? That way we earn an extra 4 bingos. Yeah, that's an extra 4 bingos if I tick off those 2. If I tick off that, there's 2 right there. And dumb close-up would also be diagonal and the fucking line across. So I am... How about that? I think that's the best way to do it. So that's 4 you're getting for those 3 spaces being used up. So we're 2 away technically, so... Let me play the random MLG horns 4 fucking times. There we fucking go. Sadly, it was not a full house, so we're close. But Phil never said unique for some fucking reason, and as far as I know, I didn't say it is what it is either. So There you go. Nothing much we can do about that, sadly, but there we go. Thank you very much for joining me anyway, guys. I do appreciate everyone joining me for some DSP Bingo and keep me right in the card and all that. Let's see how Phil is doing.
Really cheap that they do this.
He has not gained any tips. Okay, the quality went fucking massively lower, so let me just change that very quickly to fucking... But yeah, Phil has not gained any tips since he started. So yeah, Phil is on tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow during the day he is set to lose 200 members, but he won't find out until tomorrow evening. So that should be very fun, guys. I'm really looking forward to, you know, DSP's reaction from when he starts up the night stream. Essentially, he is going to be fucking surprised at 200 less members. It's going to be good. But yeah, Phil's fucking playing the game right now. He's had nothing given to him, it looks like, you know, in the last 20, 30, 40 minutes since starting. So he's getting super chats. He's getting super chats regularly, there's no denying that. And people are renewing the memberships as well at times. But yeah, tips seem to be very sparse for Phil tonight. Boo fucking who for Phil. But yeah, as for us, guys, we're done for DSP Bingo for now. So I'm just going to call it quits for tonight. I do appreciate everyone joining me, as I said, for DSP Bingo. Keep writing the bell card. And thanks as ever. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more DSP Bingo. If you wish to join me, then you're more than welcome to join me. But until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend, however you wish to spend it. And I'll catch all you guys tomorrow for some more DSP Bingo. Until then, have a good one. Catch you around. And yeah, peace out and enjoy Notorious PIG contributions made by the excellently talented Pixar Animations.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside, all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky, and you raise your face up. You're like, oh, you start dancing. You go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone.